We are watching you.
Hello, Super Mega Killer Bot King Man. Yes, we're going to be doing some Sunless Sea this morning. As soon as I wake up. Speaking of which, I woke up and I looked outside today. Well, I didn't look outside. It's not like you see in the films, you know. They get up, they get out of bed, and they just open the curtains and there's the outside. And you're like, oh look, the outside is beautiful. No, it's nothing like that. Nothing like that at all. No, I woke up, I stumbled out of bed, I fed the cat. And as I stumbled out of bed and I flummoxed my way down the hallway, bumping into walls exceedingly well, being only half awake, and not having gotten nearly enough sleep.
We are
I have a straight shot outside. I look outside, I can see straight outside through a window where we have a couple of plants in the window. And I look outside and bap, there it is. It's snowing outside. I'm like, So I took a picture and I sent it to Seven. And so I'm feeling rather calm today. I was thinking of doing more spin tires this afternoon, but this evening, this morning, this now time. But I decided not to do that. I decided to do something different. I haven't played Sunless Sea in quite some time, and as a matter of fact, nobody here on Twitch is currently playing Sunless Sea. That makes me sad. They did come out with a companion piece called Sunless Skies. I played the beta. And by played the beta, it was not a beta. I love the Sunless Sea crew. I love their art. I love their hard work. But the Sunless Skies beta was not a beta. It was a pre-alpha. The ship had no animations. There was one island you could go to which had nothing on it. It was terrible. And then suddenly they released the full game and you're like, okay. And from the screenshots, the full game looks beautiful, just like Sunless Sea. However, what I played was not good, so whenever I get some cash on hand, I may have to grab it and see what kind of world we can live in, putting a steam train through the skies of London, I guess. I was starting to wonder what I'd be doing on this rainy day, and now I have the KB. Well, hello, Shadow. Yes, you have me. Are you going to be a submarine, KB? Well, I hope so. I was able to unlock the submarine attachment during, it wasn't really a let's learn so much as a let's, it was a let's explore more than anything, not really a let's play, but I showed off what you could do with a submarine, and I had unlocked it, and you can have it unlocked for every character now. Unlocking the submarine is a pain in the ass, but I have it unlocked for everybody. So we may go submarining. I don't know what all we'll do today. We might start a new character. I think I had an old character on there, but we might start a new character. Because it's been quite some time and I don't remember as much. Yeah, I played the closed alpha for like 2 hours or so. There was just nothing to do. Yeah, there was. There was nothing to do in Sunless Skies. I'm like, are you guys trying to tease us with content? Because this is not what Sunless Sea is known for. Sunless Sea is a beautiful, well-drawn, well-written game. This is a collection of placeholder art and a box. I mean, I could make this in Unity, dudes. So, yeah, I don't know what they were trying to do with that alpha. But we'll go ahead and get into the game today. Like I said, I was going to play some spin tires, but I've been feeling a little bit more relaxed. Maybe I can read a little bit to you guys. Feel a little bit better about that. If maybe I'm not lisping quite so much, it'll sound a lot better.
Watching you.
Alright, so I turned up my mic volume a little bit. I'll wake up, and when I wake up, I'll be a little bit louder, but for now I need to kind of chill and hiccup because I ate a banana, and apparently it is making me burp. Now, before we begin, I want to go ahead and let you guys know that today's music is brought to you by New Retro Wave. You can find other music available for free to listen to over on YouTube or Spotify. If you like any songs you heard today, please note that song name or artist can be found scrolling across the bottom of your screen. After that, we're going to click on the game. We don't need any music for this game because it comes with its own music. We do, however, need KB talking because that's what he does. Turn off Cuphead. I have Subnautica, Spin Tires, no Sunless Sea. Subnautica should pick up Sunless Sea though, so it shouldn't be a problem. Subnautica picks up everything, especially pornography. So much pornography. Yeah, told you. Fail better games. The sea has never been friendly to man. At most it has been the accomplice of human restlessness. Joseph Conrad. Explore, take risks. Your first captain will probably die. Cool. Nami sauce. Add me some coffee. I didn't put quite as much sugar in it today, so I would have some flavor. Taking me 20, well, more like 15 years to realize that you have to not drown your coffee in sugar in order for it to taste like things. Sunless Skies Kickstarter. New stories available. Yay, new stories. January 31st. Jesus.
We are watching you.
Download me, baby. I was really surprised when they said the test time was over and will release soon. I was like, huh? There's nothing there yet. You have art for a single dock out of a dozen and basically no story content, and we got a tech demo of the engine and that's it. Exactly. Yeah, I was actually very, very much surprised and kind of disappointed with Sunless Skies initially, and then I saw the screenshots of what they released and I'm like, were you guys holding out on us? Either their artists are really fast and we're just like hanging out doing nothing for a long time, or something else was going on. I just realized that some of those nubs are off center on that mine there. But yeah, I played the closed alpha for like 10 minutes and I never picked it up again because there was nothing there. There was literally nothing there. I'm like, okay, so this is Sunless Sea but with less content. It's like you change the graphics, cool, but there's less content here. Come on. We good? Are all stories up to date? Hooray! The other thing is I haven't been playing the companion piece, the Fallen London at all. I haven't played Fallen London in like 3 years. That's okay, you're not required to. I regret to inform you that Captain Tobias Fulcard has perished at sea. Stop. As his nearest relative, you are entitled to his remaining goods and crew. Stop. Please collect said items at earliest convenience. End. Fulton B. Maylaid, Harbor Master. You can't fire through islands, especially if someone's living on them. How could you? Well, I mean, over the top. Welcome to the Sunless Sea. Captain's making. 3 decades ago, in the reign of Victoria, London was stolen by bats. Now it lies a mile below the surface. It was dreadfully inconvenient for everyone, but it opened a vast black ocean to you. Welcome to the Undersea. Hooray! Choose a past. Let's choose a past. We'll choose a past this time. Decide who you are, who you were, and what you want to be. Who were you? Now that you're a captain, now you're a captain. Now you belong to the Undersea. But who were you before? Sorry, I have a stuffy nose, so I'm going to be screwing this up a bit until I fix it. A street urchin, a poet, veteran of the campaign of 68, an ordained priest, a natural philosopher. Oh, let's do ordained priest, why not? You fell from grace. There is nothing left ashore for you. An anonymous benefactor has found this way out for you.
We
Perhaps at
are
Z you can overcome your appetites.
watching
Ooh,
you.
appetites. Ah, la, 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 la. Oh yeah, the galled-eyed engineer, and one day her eyes will hatch. Ew. Her eyes will hatch soon, but until then she wants to work. Ew, eyes hatching, eyes hatching. That's just worst description ever. Love it. Let's see. You know an engineer who doesn't have much time left. She'd like to die at sea. Talk to her and find out if she'd like to die anywhere in particular. Well, not today. We have something we need to do. Someone is looking for passage. Hooray! Choose your ambition. Ah, pardon me, on. Your father was lost at sea. You never knew him, but you've often dreamed of him. Finally return his remains to London for a decent burial. Immortality. Eternal life sounds like something you'd enjoy, and it's said that the presbyter, the ruler of the Elder Continent, has lived forever. Alright, unlocked with Untersea. Under the Untersea 1, you have one. Fulfillment. Gather 100 tales, learn all you can of the Z, write a masterpiece, and retire. Wealth. You know how it is to be poor. Now you want a mansion, servants, fine clothes, a family perhaps. Establish a colony where you are absolute ruler, a utopia perhaps. Perhaps. You can't choose this now, but you may find an opportunity to switch to it later in game. Let's go with immortality. A priest who wants immortality. We've lost our faith, there is no god, we don't want to die. That seems legit. Tall tales. The presbyterate guards in secrecy fiercely, but amidst the clamor and beer stains of the blind helmsman, a salt-scarred navigator is telling tales of the continent's deepest interior, of a city called Nida, and the origin of the presbyter's long life. Where is he getting his information? Bring wine. He is susceptible to wine. You'll find the navigator and your first clue in London. The last scrap of paperwork. Captain! Captain! An irregularity with the Harbormaster's office. They wish to know, what term of address do you prefer ashore? This will determine what people call you your captain, but your captain's gender is up to you. I will go with Madam. Most Z captains choose this than you might expect. I am Madam Captain. Hello, Zesty. Welcome. Madam it is. My last piece of advice, explore or take chances. This captain will probably die. The sea is hungry. But each captain passes on lessons to the next. Hooray! Alright, so let's go with our faces. We are Madam Captain Dr. What's-its. With a squid head. Madam Squid Head. Well, we were a priest. Let's see. That's like one of the original
We
photos
are
there.
watching you.
This one looks pretty priestly. Because I can't help myself. We're Madame Von Bon Bon. We're Captain Madame Von Bon Bon. While in London, deep, dark, and marvelous, all voyages start here, and this is where successful voyages end. Cthulhu priest? Maybe. The much lamented Dr. Demeaux found a watery grave long, long ago. Perhaps your end will be no better, but if you read this book of invaluable advice, your chances will improve. Captains often die. This is not the end. When you die, you'll learn lessons which will help you survive next time. Beware, the layout of the entity changes with each new captain, but home waters are stable, and islands will only move so far. Unforgiving mode is how the game is meant to be played. One autosave, updated whenever you reach port, and wiped on death. If you're getting frustrated or want a more leisurely exploration, you can switch to merciful mode. Actually, I don't know what mode we're in. I hope we're not in merciful mode. That would make me sad. Well, it looks like we have a manual save here. What's my inventory look like? Invictus token. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. You are in unforgiving mode. With no save slots beside the basic autosave. You will lose this token if you switch from unforgiving to merciful mode. Good. Good to keep my token of lust and power. Wait, can I move this now? Can you be moved? Oh my god, it can be moved. I've never moved this before. Now I'm like confused. Hmm. Do, do, do. Let's see, on machines, your power lamp dispels darkness, reduces terror, reduces terror increase, allows you to find Z marks. Your engines, of course, drive the ship forward into the night. Use your Z-Bat Scout. Technically, it's a chiropteroscope, but we're among friends here. On stories, on terror, on news stories. Sell this book. Sell this book. 50 echoes. You no longer have any of this. Advice for captains. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't have any wine. There's a mariner tutorial. How does it work? Tutorial branch will tell you how to make the most of your submarine. Locked. Yeah, I don't have submarine travel. And how to acquire a submarine, which I have. Perhaps not. And then your lodgings. Let's get some news. Hello, Mike. Welcome. Here you may catch up with your correspondence, rest, or retire altogether from seafaring life. The better your lodgings, the better the quality of your retirement, naturally. Read the morning papers. The Unexpurgated Gazette. The magazine formerly known as the London Magazine. The Spiteful Trumpeter. News! News indeed. News from abroad. The Canate is threatening war. They always are. London's colonies on the Cornelian coast want independence. They always do. The Untersea, the paper's report, has undergone another alteration. Not yet it hasn't. You'd know. Oh, a promotional coupon from Ms. Plenty's Provisioners for a half cask of salt herring. You could use that. Yay, supplies! I like that one. That's my favorite news because you get free food. You get free food. Back to the rest of the city. Or you can click on the London card to the right. No, I'll go back to the city. What's waiting for you in London? Hopefully death and violence. What do you have? Offer passage to the tomb colonist. We have that one. Hire on more crew. Good. How much money do we need? 30 echoes. Carouse the Wolfstock docks. No. Pretty good odds. There's no danger here, and try to enjoy yourself. Someone back home is another day free. 10 echoes, but it's locked. We have all the stuff we need. That's good. Well, if nothing else, we go to the Admiralty's office, because they're always helpful. They'll pay for information from Z captains. Find out what and how. The Admiralty's picket fleets and intelligence networks are long gone. The survey office pays Z captains a small sum for recent information. Visit and investigate ports to gain port reports and trade them in here. The first time you trade in a port report, you'll gain Admiralty's favor. Ask if there's anything in particular they need. Well, if we can be assured of your discretion. Speak to our agent there. In return, we'll see that you're rewarded. Retrieve strategic information from Gator's Mourn in the Corsair's Forest, somewhere not far from home waters. Gator's Mourn, huh? And I'm not going to ask for the hire thing because they won't talk to me. Someone at the docks wants to board your ship. Agree to carry the unsettled salvager to Venderbite. She visits Wolfstock every day in Z-stained rags, begging for passage. No captain will look her in the eye. Ooh. Sure. Welcome aboard. She embraces you. I'd kiss you, but my beloved is prone to jealousy. We were parted, but the ancient captains at Venderbite will know where she is. Okay. Wait, stream started 20 minutes ago. Why is KB already playing a game? I was in a hurry. I didn't have much to say today. I have to cough out my guts, excuse me. I'm fine, Lily, thank you. I'm fine. I'm fine, thank you. Come here, you scat muffin. But that's really uncomfortable when I pick you up like that. I'm sorry. There you go. Is that better? Scratch your kitty butt. Scratch your kitty butt. Alright. Ambition. Death has no more dominion. The Blind Helmsman is a Wolfstack institution, a centuries-old pub held together by a crust of fry smoke and nautical mementos nailed to the walls. When you enter, the salt-scarred navigator is already in full flow. A city deep in the interior, Nida it's called. There they decide the span of every life. Coax tales of immortality from him. I am requiring cask of mushroom wine. I think I know where to get that. Hmm. Cask of mushroom wine. I don't know if they have any here. Cask of mushroom wine. 5 for 21 echoes. There you go. Worth it. Hmm. Not as well as a basalt, but within them it's as close to paradise as man can make. 1,000 fountains, the streets paved with gem slabs, and the air sweet with honeysuckle and orange groves. How does he know? Has he been there? A lot to say today. Who are you, and where's the real KB? Well, I'm reading. That's a lot to say, is it not? Straight from the source. One bottle, and he loosens his waistcoat. The second, and he loosens his tongue. No, I never been to Nida. Not in the flesh, at least. He leans close. I once tasted red honey, and the memories of a man who had. I only saw fragments, an army at the walls, a breach, a rallying cry, liberty, equality, eternity. A third bottle. Where could you taste these memories for yourself? Go to the Isle of Cats. Talk to the cat's chiefest claw. Ask about the far-traveled notary. But if you're wise, you'll do like me. Use what you learn to get free drinks. Immortality's for gods and monsters. Go to the Isle of Cats. I hate the Isle of Cats. That's what your bathroom smells like? Yummy. Alright, so we have our gall-eyed engineer. Just the idea of eyes hatching. And the image doesn't help. You're so beautiful, she tells you dreamily. There are briars in your mouth. Her left eye pulses slowly. It's always difficult to know what she's actually saying. Increase your veils. I want to talk to you about steam and motion. I still see every coil of vapor. What does she want? And why has she come to the Z in this state? My eyes will hatch soon. The gallbladder wasp, you know it? Its children are in me. She smiles. I can't be sorry. I can see such things. She trails. It's supposed to be trails off, but that says tails off. Typo. She trails off, hungrily washing your face. What is she saying? King Eater's castle, she says at last, rather breathily. Her hand goes up to her throat. I would like to see King Eater's castle through these eyes before I go. King Eater's castle can be found in the far southeast of the Untersee. Okay. So that's where she wants to go. We're not going to get there anytime soon, but that's where she'd like to go. Alright, nice. A copyright dispute on the Syndicate stream archive cleared. It's no longer blocked everywhere. Hooray! Alright, so now it's time to go, I believe. Yeah. Well, we can buy some things here, I think. I actually don't know if anything sells well. I think wine actually sells well up north. I think, but I can't guarantee that. So, best not to waste our money if it's not going to do us any good. Yeah, I think mushroom wine sells good up north. Her eyes. I know, right? It's just, Anyway, onward. Let's pause. Eat lunch. Alright. Gotta remember how to play, guys. Is Mike sending out perversions again? Mike, you filthy brute. The Bad Stevenus Abyss. Ooh. Discovered Bad Stevenus Abyss. 50 fragments gained. Hunter's Keep. Easy to discover Hunter's Keep. It's always in the same damn place. Low Barnet. We can go there with our submarine if we ever get our hands on it. But now we have to worry about getting up north. Loving the music. A quiet isle, a grand old house. A hump of dark rock swathed in mist like 100 other Untersea islands. But here's a grand house, windows aglow, lawns and possibly green and lush in the false starlight, raked gravel paths. You stand on the dock as the sea nudges the ship's side, and an unexpectedly warm breeze carries the faintest trace of lavender. Spy on the house. A very modest challenge. I can reconnoiter the island. Plunging cliffs, soft green lawns, a well tucked away in a fold of grounds. Anything else? The sea's silence. Ships rarely come here. Nothing changes, even the weather. The house is the heart of the island. The house and the sisters. But the Admiralty may be happy to know that nothing's changed, at least. Good. 77%? Let's give it a shot. Finds KB for not having proper lighting on his ship? Whatever. I'd like to see you try. Piano music drifts across the terrace. You peer through a half-open French window into a grand parlor, grand in size if a little reduced in style by dust and neglect. A dark-haired, pale-skinned young woman bends earnestly over a piano keyboard. Another fair-haired, but unmistakably her sister, sprawls on the sofa with a book. A third sits by the fireplace staring sorrowfully into the embers. Soon, she says, and the piano music falters and stops. We'll go hungry, and then the end will come. For me, but not for you. The pianist raises her eyes from the keyboard. Hush! If we don't speak of it. She frowns. Has she seen you at the window? You withdraw. Hooray! Present yourself at the house. They will have heard your ship come in. Why hide? A maid with smoldering topaz eyes shows you into the parlor where 3 young women wait. A visitor, the youngest cries. The next youngest chuckles, the eldest sighs. Do excuse the indecorum, she says. Visitors are rare. You are very welcome. I am Cynthia, the noisy one is Phoebe, and the cheerful one is Lucy. You are in good time for lunch. Will you join us? Oh, as long as it's not people we're eating. Luncheon with the sisters Cynthia, Lucy, or Phoebe. Soft-voiced, watchful, and unpredictable. Here's a story. Phoebe has a story to tell. Of 2 lovers parted by water, of a raven that carried messages, of a fragment of the moon. She beats time on the table as she speaks, as if to a song only she can hear. The effect is hypnotic. Your attention drifts out through the skylight of the dining room to the false stars glittering in the roof of the cavern. You drift like a puffball spore. The undersea shimmers below. Islands lie like mineral specimens on black velvet. Ships bob like wood chips between the islands. Vast spined things pulse in the depths. There's a scent. The scent before a storm. Storm came, says Phoebe quietly. Everything changed. Somewhere in there, you finish the last course. The scowling maid reluctantly serves cheese and Bath Oliver biscuits. You really need a 225-degree white top light and a 135-degree white backlight installed if you lose all your money bullets to fines? Well, that's not how the Sea works, apparently. Hooray, no hunger! Let's see, 1 supplies? Good. We have food. Yo, gods of the Z, Storm's attention quality is now exclamation point. Okay. Sometimes I wonder if they missed stuff, but I know they didn't. It's just they don't really have a lot to say, so apparently it's just exclamation point. Nothing nothing grander or more glorious than that, I suppose. Dust echoes, leaving a sepia tint to the air. These are the waters of the tomb colonies. Bats and boats. I may go mad, but at least you won't be able to find me. They found me. Ouch. Shoo, bats. Ow! Okay, we may die sooner than rather than later. Ow. Leave me alone. That did not go well, apparently. All clear, leave me alone. Thank you. Game. Luminescent beasts like eyeless dolphins play in your wake. I was hoping to avoid battle for a little bit longer than that, but never mind. Tomb colonies. Few die and fall in London. They come here instead. The tomb colonies of Enderbite. On deck, you can hear the sound that 1,000 bandaged dead make as they shuffle and cough. Something like the world's most restless concert audience. Or the world's most plague-ridden cathedral. Find ancient captains to speak to the unsettled salvager. It shouldn't be too hard. What else have they got to do around here but molder? Terrible bad luck. An assortment of decrepit Z captains gathers round her, compelled by tradition, honor, or boredom. She picks her nails and closes her eyes when at last she speaks. I want to find Lady Black. The captains that can run do. The rest shuffle away as swiftly as they're able. Only one remains behind. How long were you down there? He asks. 20 minutes, she replies. The captain puts his hand on her shoulder. Seek the house of the Keel in Polythreme, he says. But if you can forget her, do. It's possible. He embraces her and departs. Bound for Polythreme! Great, now here's someplace else we gotta go. Explore Venderbite. Here, can't read. Here they favor candlelight over gaslight. The shadows are swagged with cobwebs. The tomb colonists stand still enough to be mistaken for sculptures until they laugh or cough. One building in 3 seems abandoned. The builders of this place worked with great slabs of neath wall stone, carved with blank eye, unsmiling faces, and blocky stoic serpents. Ooh, that's new art. Picnic. Creepers climb the shattered pyramids, an owl blinks at you from an idol's mouth. In the undergrowth, a cave lizard munches decorously on a white cricket. This place seems peaceful. Rest a while. Ooh, 30%. The Neath is rarely gentle. Treat this place as enemy territory. Succeeded in a mirror's challenge. Go us! Ancient stones. You can just about interpret these glyphs. They speak of a god who lives in the roof, a walking dream of storm, a memory of rage. The god, the glyphs claim, destroyed this temple. That's all for now. Hooray! Gather gossip. Who's plotting what out in the tomb colonies? Along the coast of the Interzee, it's remarkably hard to die. The decrepit and nearly dead who leave London become tomb colonists and settle here in bandaged peace. But they don't give up their ties to home or their politics. You gather a haul of complex clues, enough to keep your contacts in London interested. Although how KB sails, he also needs 3 all-round lights over each other, with top and bottom being red and the middle white. Maneuver impaired vehicle. Thanks, Spoon. He has such faith in me. Visit the first curator. Z captains. The first curator gives audience. The first curator is responsible for the preservation of the tomb colonies. It has been here much longer than London. Like all the oldest tomb colonists, but even tomb colonists dissolve in the end. Its time is close. No more light. The obsequious steward cautions you. The curator is terribly afraid of moths. He opens the door and you step into the near darkness. A pair of luminous lamps lighter bees buzz in a latticed ivory tube. There is no other source of light. A abandoned shape, no larger than a child, lies crumpled on a couch. It lifts its head with obvious effort. It takes several seconds for you to distinguish its voice from the soft buzz of the bees. Listen to the whispered request. Z Captain Silkskin, not much left of me. I will go into the grand sanatorium. Bring me colors. 7 colors. Pay well. Cosmogone, Irigo, Pelican, Steward has lists. Find them here and there, across the wide Black Sea. Okay. Ask about the Grand Sanatorium. One hears the name whispered here and there in the arcades of Venderbite. Oh, Silkskin, you don't want to know. Chuckling becomes a cough. We don't die here below. Not unless we go to Z. So we needed something else. Somewhere to end. I accept your commission. Thank you. This poor flesh thirsts for color. No more words. It collapses, wrestling back onto the couch. Even the effort of speaking seems to have diminished it a little. The audience is over. As the door opens, it shrinks from the finger of light that reaches across the floor. Outside, the obsequious steward nods. The book? Yes, the book. He hands you a slim illustrated volume. The curator is old. Old as dust. We'll all be grateful if you do it this last favor. Okay, so we need, like, all these different pages. I've never even found one, but hey, what the hell. Might as well, just in case. Sorry, messaging 7 because I told her about the snow and she's happy because she loves snow. Not because I hate driving in the crap. Perhaps not. Alright, time to go, ladies and gentlemen. I think in order to avoid horrible, horrible death, we'll head north. Doesn't mean we will avoid horrible, horrible death, but we're it a shot. What the hell is the green flashing top light? Ah. Bats, bats, terrible, terrible bats. Ow. Ow. Damn bats. Bloody pirates! A bat swarm defeated. Little leathery corpses lie scattered across your deck. The rest of the swarm vanishes into the neathly dark. Gather up corpses. An unorthodox diet, and so the bones are troublesome and the flesh is little gamey, but salt them well enough and they're quite edible. Getting our asses kicked. Lady G is here! What a grand time this is. December 1st, 1887. Fed the crew. Distant bells. Ding, dong, the witch is dead. Discovered Johansson Town. Boreal Reach. Was this snow? Touch it, and it puffs to vapor. Your crew huddles close to the warmth of the pipe funnel. We have entered a fog bank. Our gunners struggle to see our foe. And that foe there? Sensors arch. We're not go for much farther north than this because we do have to turn around and go back. Discovered wither. Discovered Angad Harbor. Hooray! A chilly city beside a waste of salt. Behind the great arch over the bay, the pale waste stretched white and silent as the face of the moon. From here you might almost imagine they were snow. North of the city, the salt pool fizzled with unlikely color. Explore the town. Gather intelligence. Shore leave and wither. Modest challenge. 50 echoes. No. Gather intelligence. The citizens of Wither enjoy questions, so much so that they'll always answer a question with another question. This can make intelligence gathering frustrating. Are you asking for any particular reason? At what time of day? Is that your hat? Might it be 6? It could be 6. Eventually you cobble together enough implication and supposition to compose a report. Wither is a quiet, chilly town of grey stone and closed courtyards. The people are neither exactly unfriendly, nor exactly hospitable. They have the irritating habit of answering a question with a question. Here and there are odd sights tucked away. An intriguing smell. Who'll try? Who'll buy? A street vendor turns skewers on a grill. The mixed scents are nothing like anything sold in London. Try something mysterious. Try the shredded jellyfish? It's not to everyone's taste. Force it down. Ugh, you'll regret it later. The jellyfish venom numbs your tongue and roils your stomach. Ah. You gained 1 terror, but we lost 2 hunger. We'll not try again. Anything in the shops? I can't buy any fuel from here. Oh dear. I can sell for 1 tale of terror. Well, time to go. We may run out of fuel on the way home, but time to go anyway. Guess we can turn off our light. Our terror increases exponentially, but we can turn off our light for a moment. I understand you burn slightly less fuel when your lantern is off. Or at least that's what people tell me. This game looks dark, I love it. Do not wish to fight the creatures of the Untersea. Thank you. And stay close to shore where it's safe. Ish. It's safe-ish. Fallen London is a dark world. It is, but it's a lot of fun. Pickett's Bluff. Alright, let's go past Pickett's Bluff. A false star flares in the cavern roof directly above you. Flares and fades. I played the web game for a good year. Fun stuff. Yeah. Fallen London is a great game. I played it. I still have a character on there from the first time I played it. I just haven't gone back to play it in a long time. It's one of those games that you think to yourself, you're like, well, I could play that when I'm out and about doing my thing. You know, it's a web game. You have access to the internet. You just play it, but I never go back to it. I always forget that it's there. Bring out your dead. The only thing I don't like about Sunless Sea is that the music plays sporadically. So I could have my own music on, but I don't have any music that accompanies the game very well. And then on top of that, it is actually a rather sporadic play, so. Keep him in your sights! Ta-da! You've destroyed a pirate's steam pinnace. Pinnace? Pinnace! I destroyed a pirate's penis. Why can't I push there? Alright. Loot and scuttle her. She's a vile old vessel and these Z's unsafe. Take what you can and move on. I used to like it when you could send the ship back home. You can't do that anymore. Are you looking at stuff? I want to look at stuff too. Is that Metallicat? Is that what I'm looking at there? Okay, that's just weird. You're all strange people and you should feel sorry. Well, let's go. Lean pickings. These pinnaces don't sail far from their hidden harbors, but here's something at the back of the hold. You have finished opening a cache of curiosities. What's inside? Tap the bung carefully. A firkin of honey. This is what they call prisoner's honey, wrung by the lamplighter bees when the exiles rose. I wonder who made up all these names, remarks able Seaman Carget. Someone who's read a sight too many books, I'm thinking. Perhaps. You've discovered Davy's Bay, and apparently a lackluster collection of pyramids. I've discovered Brickfinger Wastes. Must have to. It's so peaceful out here. Home waters. Sailors dawdle at the rail, watching for the lights of London. The glassy chop of dark water, the iron clatter of feet at the hatchway. Read the crew. Kill my life for now. I could waste a teeny tiny bit of fuel to do this. Doesn't matter much, but it always makes me feel better. And there she is, the Echo Bazaar. You no longer discover the Echo? Aw, you can no longer discover the Echo, I think. Unless you have to have your light on. Which is there it is. Ooh, there you go. There it is. Echo Bazaar. Yeah, you have to have your light on or you can't see it. But yeah, that's the Echo Bazaar down there. Bugsby's Marshes. The Department of Menace Eradication. And the Echo Bazaar. The Echo Bazaar is where Fallen London takes place. The game of Fallen London takes place. Wolfstack Docks. Actually, I think my character lives down by the Wolfstack Docks in Fallen London. The lights of London welcome you home. The starlight only appears when you've been at sea for a little while. Collect messages from the Harbor Master. Oh, the clatter and song of the dark side. It soothes the soul. All that messages for you. Let's see. Something has changed underneath. Someone wants to sign on. That's all for now. You now have one of this. Another day, a free evening. The Rose Market bustles on Rose's Wharf. Who will be there today? Consider a special surge and... I'll go with a little gift first. A very fine evening to you, Captain. My, what you might call mentor, is very fond of adventurous Z captains, and he would like to offer you what you might call a dispensation, on account if he also is fond of Z captains. Behind the blind bruiser on the dock stands a dray piled high with fuel and supplies. Who is this patron? Is there a catch? An airy wave. He runs a very fine and very liberal establishment just across the river, but is much patronized by sailors and by men of wit and vinegar, and public house. And there is no obligation to speak of. My patron would hope only that you might remember him kindly, and I suppose that if the opportunity should arise for you to return his kindness, then I do not imagine he would refuse your offer. Too good to be true, absolutely. Refuse. A sorrowful farewell. I will not deny that I am a little saddened, and I think that my patron is also share my sadness, but I understand that you knows your business, and that a Z captain is a free spirit, and I will explain carefully to my patron that you mean no insult by the refusing of his kind gift. Sail safe. Dre creaks off into the dockside crowd. You refuse the proposal! You get some free stuff, which is nice, but then they bug you for, like, smuggling crap, and I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood to smuggle. Let's see. The Rose Wharf. The Rose Market caters to collectors and eccentrics, anyone with exotic tastes and the gumption to harass sea captains. According to the archaic rules of the market, you can only make one trade per visit. Choose wisely. People at the Rose Market will pay above the usual price for specific goods. The veteran privy councilor is seeking an outlandish artifact. I have none of this. Escort some interested acquaintances to the Rose Market. They hope to make a satisfying trade. This will usher in a new day at the Rose Market and perhaps new buyers. Puppet plays press on interrupted. Personal collections grow. Words written in fogged mirror are hastily wiped away. The exotic exchanges pollinate dreams. Well, I've wasted my free day, but that's okay. At least I won't get laid. I do not want a child. Anyway, consider a specialist surgeon. She's staying at a respectable boarding house near the docks and has made it known that she is available for work. I specialize in amputations. It's easy to acquire unwanted appendages at sea. Employ the clattery hair. Her talents could be well employed on your vessel. Who increases hearts and irons? 30 echoes. You need gas, though. Oh, why not? What's the worst that could happen? Welcome aboard. She comes with a bag full of knives and her own personal sharpening stone. Don't touch these. Don't let anyone else touch them. Appoint your new officer by dragging her from the officer's tab to the slot at the top of the screen, and do this in port, not at sea, or you may unsettle your crew. Hold. Now hold. Officer. Surgeon. Wow. Iron 31, nice. Hearts of 6 and iron of 6, that's good. A doctor aboard, +1. Let's see what she has to say. She works with 2 scalpels at a time, or with a scalpel and a tined instrument, pinning open the flesh she's working on. Her operations are brisk and yield very little blood. Gives KB an infant. What am I supposed to do with this? I'm not hungry. Invite her to dine with you. Does she wield with a fork the way she wields a surgical instrument? Increase your hearts, which we can't. Proposition the Clattery Air, despite her ironical eye. Ooh, no. This is what happens when I play Sunless Sea. Alright, we'll eat a supply. Precise bite sizes. The cooked flesh arrives still in its shell. From the claws, 8 legs, body, and head, she renders a dozen neat bite-sized piles of shredded flesh, sutured with mushroom or pinned together with a needle of chitin. Perhaps she has missed a calling as a chef. She denies it. My mother was the child of a surgeon in the first city. You might say that knife work runs in the family. There's a wicked quirking smile in the corner of her mouth. Then there are the rumors about my father. She would deny there's any truth in those. Her father? I require a strange catch. Perhaps not. Remind me, I require a strange catch. I need fuel, though. We have a prisoner's honey. Now, prisoner's honey can be traded somewhere for something, but honestly, I think if we have enough, we'll just sell it. A firkin of prisoner's honey we can sell for 20. Not good. Not good at all. We need fuel. Well, we have more than enough for fuel. Okay, we'll buy some fuel. So 5. Now we're poor. We have four supplies, which we should be able to murdenate our way through the whatever. Be fine. I think we don't have anything to trade, so we get to go and leave. We get to go south. We'd fixed our ship, but we're wait, dock. My bad. We're London. Visit the Admiralty's surveyor office. Ooh, visit the university. Do we want to visit the university? Not really. That guy is weird. That guy is weird. Offer passage to tomb colonist. Well, I'm actually involved with the tomb colonist, so I can't. Go to the Admiralty's office. Visit and investigate ports to gain port reports, and trade them in here. The first time you trade in a port report, you'll gain Admiralty's favor. Hunter's Keep. I trust the sisters are keeping well. They are citizens of her enduring majesty notionally. Done. Get some money out of this too. Vendor bite. What have the nearly dead been up to then? 10 echoes. We get fuel for these as well, that's right. Whither? I refuse to ask any questions. Don't want to give them the satisfaction. 20 echoes. And do I want to speak to the dark speckled admiral? Probably not. Do you have an appointment? No appointment, but, apparently I'm to show you in anyway. Very well. You're ushered into his office of Mansion Pyre, a cramped room with a vast desk. He surveys you across the desk. Ah, yes. The merchant captain of whom we hear such complicated things. The admiral will purchase intelligence from you. 'Cause he needs as much as he can get. Yeah. Ask what he needs. Visit a port, and will be interested in the port report. Visit a place of particular interest, and will be interested in the strategic information you gain thereby. We'll pay you well, don't worry. We understand you can't be expected to act entirely for the love of the Empire. His lips curl. What's left of it. Okay, so what do we have now in our hold? We have 10 fuels, 4 foods. Probably should have gotten more food. 15 cargoes. How much echoes? 44 echoes. We will buy more food. Not a lot of food, but we'll buy more food. And we will get rid of... Well, no, we'll keep the prisoner's honey for now. Maybe we can sell it somewhere else. Let us meander to places of bold. We have old men here. I was deep in the great game when I played Fallen London. Cunning was so good for politics and backstabbing. I was not very deep in the great game. I actually got lost. I know where I'm at, but they added so much in the game that I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing. Which happens, you know. Discovered Rowena's rock. Rowena, put your rocks away, girl. Jesus. Filthy, filthy pervert. Mutton Island. We've entered a fog bank. Quaker's Haven. Here we are. It's froggy here, eh? Aye. Sea bats cry out. They are nothing like birds. Fires on the hillside. Once the simple fishing village was part of the London suburbs before London fell and the waters rushed in. Smoke spirals from the cottage chimneys. A lonely hill rises behind town. A wandering parson? No. Drinks at the Cock and Magpie? No. Explore the shore? No. Pick up a wretched Mog. I do not want a wretched Mog. Chat to the fishermen. Visit the hilltop above town. A very modest challenge. Port report, Quaker's Haven. They sail the Sea around the island. They mend their nets by the harbor. They see all that happens here, but you'll need coin to open their mouths. Little ships and little secrets. Pirates plying the waves, smugglers at their work. Cannot they ships putting in to supply. Nothing dramatic, but enough to interest the Admiralty. So we can explore the shore, or we can visit the hilltop. Ooh, a midnight ceremony. 31% each. Could be bad. Be bad. Stibbles. I like to explore the shore, though. You usually get something really awesome when you explore the shore. Wander a little way the shore from the dock. Castaway. A woman in an iridescent green gown waves vaguely from the rock near the shore. Sorrowful sighs waft across the water towards you. An idiot castaway? A mermaid? Of course not. Mermaids are a preposterous myth. Approach. The poor woman won't answer your hails, but she's obviously in need of assistance. She's probably a pirate or a drowning or someone's feral aunt. Let's approach. The poor woman won't answer your hails. She's obviously in need of assistance. That's all for now. Oh, dear lord. The serpent's lure. A fanged mouth rears from the water, big enough to bite a boat in half or swallow a pig. The woman contorts and slides into the water. She's the tip of the monster's tail. This will be untidy. Oh dear. It's a formidable beast, but you're formidable too. An iron quality gives you 18% chance to success. Unlock the 3 crew. You have 8. Flee! It is always preferable to fight sea serpents from inside a ship, not from inside a serpent. Withdraw as best you can. Well, we have exactly 2% additional chance of running for our lives. So there's that. Let us attempt to escape and see how many crew we lose. A terrible toll. The beast's neck snakes out and snaps up a single struggling sailor with terrible deliberation. The rest of you scramble inland. It submerges, eyeing you with reptilian malice. A sea serpent that masquerades as a lady. Well, it's a tale to tell. Fails 26 failed in challenge. You've gained 10 terror. You now have 1 tale of terror, and we've lost 1 crew. Ah. Oops. Well, we'll try not to do that one again, huh? Onward, Captain Ya, to the south. We have to find our way to hell, as it were. Ooh, what kind of island are you? Or are you just keeping the peace, as it were? Little ships throng the waters here. The crew grow wistful. They swap old stories of Sunless Sea. Draw near to the Cameen Canal. The way to the surface. Tiny crab! Ebony! Full reverse! Fire! Nailed it! With a forlorn and wailing cry, the megalops turns on its back, legs neatly folded. A bluish blood gouts from its wounds. Its golden glow begins to fade. Butcher it for supplies. Pale and salty meat. The crew will feast. The glowing flesh is unstable. It crisps and withers as the glow fades, so eat while it's fresh. So we got rid of our hunger, at least. Under the sea, where there's monsters larger than KB. Oh my, oh dear. The glassy chop dark of the water, the iron clatter of feet. Ah, hello. White Zeebat. A sailor has grown fretful and disobedient, reluctant to go on deck even in port. There's a white Zeebat watching me up there. Salt's messenger. Salt's got his eye on me. I'll never see home again. Salt, one of the nameless gods of Zayla's sphere, the sailor is a conscientious man, sent him to the sick bay on the pretext of a fever. If white Zeebats are sacred to Salt, perhaps you'll win Salt's favor if you believe any of this. A straightforward challenge, 92% chance of success. If the bloody thing is frightening your bloody crew, you'll bloody well settle its hash. We'll feed the Zeebat. From your fingers. The Zeebat takes fungal crackers from your fingers as boldly as a parrot. It dips its head to you and chirps something you might mistake for speech. It spreads its wings and leaps into the air. The next day your crewman is gone along with one of the ship's boats. No one saw him depart, or knows why. Oh great. If we lose too much more crew, we're gonna lose speed. The Crimean Canal. Save some light. Or not. Jellyfish! Go away, jellyfish. No one wants to be your friend. The Crimean Canal staging area. Here the dark waters run down from the surface from a brighter sea. Let's see. Travel to the surface? No. Yearning, burning, no more than 199. I have 5. 22 fuel, you have 7. Ugh. Listen for gossip. The ships of the surface linger here. This is their lifeline to a warmer place. A sorry end. A card game ends badly when one surface sailor knifes another for all the usual reasons. The other players scrabble from the coins that spill from her pockets, but you snatch up a scrap of paper they overlook. Curious markings, dates, times, code names. Spies work. You now have 1 times moves in the great game. Gather information for a port report. Many ships pass this way, but perhaps you'll pick up something they missed. The gates open and shut. The locks remain free from sabotage. If anywhere beside London is safe in all the Intersea, it's here. The surface nations have an interest in keeping the way open. Fair enough. Not much to do here. Harbor provisions. No, thank you. Death. Alright, I do not want to deal with fish face over there. Shoot, fish. Bother me. Should be able to scoot south without having to duck anything. Fish! Today's fish is... Oh my god, we're all gonna die! Very quiet out here. Where's my sound? Bring me sound! And more crew members. I'm hungry. Actually, the game is very quiet. There's a sturgeon at KB. Like a sturgeon. Sizzling vapors rise from the sea. Time slips away. A coil of rope has stung a stoker, and his fellow... Wait. And his fellows beat it to death. Beat it to death. We are under the hand of the Iron Republic. Discovered Cudgel's Bluff. Discovered the Iron Republic. Discovered a ship that's going to totally tear us a new one. Lose us. Okay, lost us. But for a moment he lost us. Ow, my ass! I thought you said you can't shoot through islands. Doc! Ouch. Hell's client state, be wary. Their laws are not the laws of man or nature. Factory engines roar like false lions. Blood thunders in the dock pipes. Crimson lightning skitters across the deck, leaps to the rail, curls there like a cat. The city is reflected in the glassy calm harbor water. The citizens there have the heads of dogs and serpents. Hell has brought freedom to the Iron Republic. freedom from all laws, even those of nature. Engage an officer, the irrepressible cannoneer. No. Allow the sailors time ashore? I think not. Market of Hungers, the Parliament of Flies. The Market of Hungers with its spires and sigils. Is it a parody of the bazaar? Today flies fill its arcade. Buzz, buzz. You've gained 1 tear and 1 fragment. The Merc unfolds. Shops. Shops! We can't buy any fuel because we're poor. Fuel sells really well here. Unfortunately, they don't buy anything else here, which sucks. They buy Scintillac and romantic literature of all things. Oh, that was worth a shot. What else we got? Compiler Port Report. It won't be entirely straightforward. The streets won't lie straight, and the ink freezes whenever you look away from the inkwell. Fact and fiction. To record the Republic's events, it's like trying to sing wax or believe water. You do what you can. The third paragraph buds eyes. The data's fundamentally wrong. The full stops bite. You do what you can. Ugh, one tale of terror. Fund the Tittering Artificers project. Nearly ready, yes, nearly ready. I need more. You can have the prototype. When it's done, take it, kill it with it. I want to see what damage you can do. Ammunition will be difficult. It will cost you so much. So much. But the weapon, oh, the weapon. This is a forward-mounted weapon with unusual characteristics. I don't want a saucy French novel. I do hope not. Alright, now I gotta get out of here with doofus out there trying to kill me. We may not survive. Okay, leave, fishman. Okay. We may have to make our way south and go around him. Oh dear. This one did well. Come, help. Ouch, we are so toast right now. About 3 seconds. Ow, ow. Ow. Your ship founders! There are screams, a flood of dark water, the unforgettable sound of the ship's spine breaking. Perhaps she'll be remembered in song. No more. Sleep. Your memoir quality of lodging's quality is gone. Your first captain has died. Don't worry, these things happen. Explore boldly with your next captain. Choose a legacy to preserve something for your next captain. Eesh. We got nowhere. We died quick. We have no legacies to unlock. Retain 50% of their iron value in 1 weapon. Retain 50% of their mirrors value and 50% of their money. 2 coins? Sure. Died December 10th, 1887. Let's see. Retain 50% of Vale's value and 50% of their money. Retain 50% of their heart's value and 1 officer. Correspondent. Retain 50% of their page's value and their charts. We'll do the officer. Comatose ferret. We already get the yeah, we can do the Clatterier. Unfortunately, these values won't actually go up because the values didn't go any higher. So, honestly, we'll keep our Clatterier because why not? Yeah. Ah, giant crab. You've lived too long underground to survive on the surface for long, but you can return there briefly. We'll do better next time, I hope. I think we'll skip the standard intro where you go up to Vendorbite, because I always go up to Vendorbite. We'll skip that and we'll go out. We'll just head straight out and see what's out there. Choose a pass. Let's just go. Well, I don't get to choose my picture, though. Shadowed stranger. No, we'll just go. Decide later. If you just want to get out to Z immediately, choose this opportunity. To revisit your past will arrive later. There we go. We don't want to take a passenger. We are going to sell our book of lore here. Sell this book. I know how to do this, so we'll just remove the tutorial since it's always in the way. For your lodgings, let's get some news. We get supplies, hooray! We're not going to take a passenger. The Labyrinth of Tigers is opened under the patronage of the London Zoological Society to cautious visitors for educational purposes. Here you may see the devil apes or far Mandalay, the thing in the mirror, the Catagaster's children, the gargantuan cave snake, the inhibitor of wolves, the hybrid fiend NB. The management recommends that you arrange your exit well before closing time. Ooh. We can't do either of those things, but that's okay. Nothing to do in the shops, so we'll just go. I don't even really care about what's going on in London, actually. Oh, visit the Admiralty's office, right? Let's see. Is there anything particular you need? Retrieve strategic information from Gators Moor in the Corsair's Forest. Of course. Always Gators Moor in the Corsair Forest. What else is in London? Visit the university? No. 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 We're not offering passengers to tomb colonists. We're leaving. So we have $100 and a will to live. So note to self, don't get mugged at the Iron Republic this time. I'm not even going to visit the sisters. I always visit the sisters, but not this time. No, this time we're going out to explore. Straight out. I'll hope for the best. Just finished leftover Chinese food noms. Sounds terrible. No landlubber would notice the change, but you feel an air prickle on your skin. Somewhere new. Home, warmly lit windows, company, peace, thoughts of home come in strange times. Okay, I'm not finding much out here yet. See, I have to learn to lose. I was thinking of playing XCOM over again, but doing it to where losing is okay. Like, people die and, like, no reload. Like, not Iron Man, per se. I mean, you could probably just play Iron Man mode, but, like, no reloading, you know? Ever. I don't know if I can cope with that. Okay, I'm not finding any islands out here. This is upsetting. Z-Bats! Here's the bat swarm. Yeah, they hit me, but it's okay. Dispose of the corpses! Ah, let's eat them. Oh. Where be all the islands? I'm concerned and confused. Discovered bunny reefs. Well, that's nice. Here the wild airs mingle with the airs of the near reaches. Demo's Gate, named for the navigator lost above. How did his bones come below? Am I just really bad at this right now? I'm apparently missing all the good islands and I'm just navigating nowhere. Okay, we'll circle back, I guess. Lights. There you go. Discovered Demo Island, thank God. Is there anybody living on Demo Island? Yes! Finally, something, people. Iron and Misering Co-Funging Company. Or Funging Station. Okay, I can take that. They're pretty cool. Phosgene Bleaks. Something drifts face down. A fervid forest of fungus. INM has a funger operation here, felling giant bulbous shrooms for building materials, harvesting raleigh for its medicinal properties. It's a desperate little outpost of something like civilization. Up puffs the affable factor. Oh, hello, Captain! Thank God for visitors. We got quite mad out here, otherwise. Quite mad. How can we be of assistance? One of the Funger workers is watching your crew and watching the Caldari air, especially. What does he want? Whispered confidences. The tomb colonist draws you a little way away from the clattery air. Don't tell you met me, he says in a hoarse rasp. Your mother cut my voice. Hoped to fix it so I wouldn't be able to look for my daughter. So I wouldn't want to. He wheezes. Didn't work. Operation never completely effective. Need to know my daughters well. Happy. Finding enough patience. Getting enough to eat, and so forth. In exchange for the simplest news, he explains himself. I'm her father, he says. Ordinary engineer. Not the sort of parent she would want. If you wish to tell the heir about this encounter, you can do so by speaking with her. Ooh, look at that. Explore the island, tea with a factor, accept a volunteer. One of the company Bulge's fellers is negotiated an early release from her contract. It's the sproutlings, she tells you, her face pleading. I keep picking them out of me forage, and me air, and me eyes. Take me away. I'm a good worker. Done. You pay the release fee to the factor. Your new sailor settles in. Ready to sail now? Gather supplies. A matter of luck. No. Compile a port report. The Admiralty likes to keep an eye on Iron and Misery's activities. But of course, INM's activities here don't seem that interesting. Nevertheless, record what you can. Perhaps not. Alright, shops. We can buy fuel for way too much money. Alright, so... Well, we're at 5 fuel, so let's head back north and kind of clear out the rest. Ah, Moody's Light. You discovered Moody's Light. It's very moody, you see. Okay. Fed the crew. Giant crab. Back it up. Do not have enough speed to turn around. Ah! Run away! Eek! Outrun the giant crab thing! I shot the crabby.
We are watching you.
Can I be done now? There you go. All clear. Okay. That's a dark spot. There's something under the ocean there. Probably a crab. Baker's Haven! Mud oil. Fires on the hillside. We've already read this one recently, so I'll just skip it. And we will go with port report. Alright, chat with the fisherman. Done. And then explore the shore. You turn, and there's a long, lank brown man at your shoulder. Listen, he says, I have a story for you. Aye, something about the grey beard compels your attention. A rambling tale. Historia's wedding full of murders in a leafless forest, vast serpents which eat souls. The tale winds on and on, like the serpent, until you are lost in the dizzying toys of its sinister ships and its glamorous corpses. You're not awake, he's gone. But not, it seems, before he's searching at your pockets for small change. I feel like if I was playing this game, I wanted to mount my strongest weapon facing aft. You kind of would, but only larger ships can mount an aft gun, and even that gun's not very powerful. The Murray Straits. My name is Murray. I see you there, Krabby Patty. Boop. Don't let him touch you. Ow! My nose! Eat it! No. Save ourselves some food. Pardon my stretch. The really hard thing is it's actually really difficult to get better boats. There's only a couple of events that occur that give you enough echoes, like right off the bat, or at least over time, to acquire a larger ship. It's very difficult to acquire a larger boat. That's a good guy. Do not shoot him. I've made that mistake before. Okay, so we're gonna use up a little bit of extra fuel to remap London.
We are watching you.
So this time we have no story. We're just cruising. Department of Menace Eradication. The Echo Bazaar. Where we go? You have gained a secret. Speak to your officers to improve your abilities. Irons is also a good one. It increases your damage, so that's kind of the one you want to increase if you want to be battle-tastic, as it were. The Revenue Men. Her Enduring Majesty's Customs Service works closely with both the Ministry of Public Decency and the Masters of the Bazaar. Today they've selected you for an inspection. Don't cheek them. You have nothing to hide. This will also reduce your suspicion if your suspicion is 5 or more. Vexed and frustrated, they roam your deck like wolves. They tear through your belongings like termites. At last, they leave. Suck it, nerds. What do we got? I am not interested in your stuff. Thank you. My lodgings. We already have news, unfortunately. Give up our news. Perhaps not. Ooh, the Merchant Venturer. An urchin tugs at your sleeve. Governor wants a word. A brooding finger waits at the lamp light edge. Speak to the Merchant Venturer. I have need of a reliable agent. Failing that, an inventive one. Here are my requirements. An opportunity for profit. He has very specific needs, but he'll pay much better than market rates, and he won't ask how you came by these things. Something warming. They sell it in Mount Palmerston, somewhere in the north of the Untersea. 1,000 echoes for 7 sealed skins. 7 zoops. Something spicy. Butter salt. They harvest it in Wither, to the north along the coast. 700 echoes. Okay. The Rose Wharf. Nah, perhaps not. Your lodgings. We were already here. Where the hell's London? There it is. I seem to have misplaced London. Visit to the Admiralty Survey Office. Baker's Haven. Been trying to original rubbery lumps, have we? Last one port report. We gained 5 echoes and fuel. Demo Island. You've been to Demo's Gate? I have. 20 echoes. And 1 fuel. And that's literally all we have. Okay. London. Do not want to visit the university. Hire more crew. Now we're fine. Put your ship in dry dock. Offer passengers to tomb colonists a new recruit who awaits your attention. On later visits, different officers will sometimes be available. If there's more than one choice, you can choose one per visit. Engage an officer, the genial magician. Good afternoon, Mumble. Perhaps I can do your engine some good. No, I'm quite the engineer. Difficult to credit, isn't it? But here are my references. This is Veils and Mirrors. The Tireless Mechanic. Afternoon, ready to offer my services. I'm an engineer, finest you'll ever hire. Treat engines like my own children. Not that I have children. Too busy. Usually busy. 50 echoes. Tireless Mechanic. If I believe correctly, the Tireless Mechanic actually gives you some pretty nifty stuff, so we will get him. Spot of rust, spot of rust. Soon see to that. You there, help me with this spot of rust. Okay. Yeah, fuel efficiency plus 5%. Almost 4,500. Oh, 4,454 quotes. Well, it's not my fault you guys think the things I say are funny. Or is it? Well, let's do the tomb colonist. He puffs up his chest. Ruby studs gleam at the lamplight. I knew London had enterprising souls still left in it. Actually, this one's different than the one before. Agree to carry the gnome Gallivant to the Cumean Canal, or the Iron and Misery Funging Station, or both. History is a horse. Who will prick it with their spurs? He cries to no one in particular. A drop of blood may be as precious as a ruby. Welcome to board. He puffs out his chest. Ruby studs gleam in the lamplight. I knew London had enterprising souls still left in it. I am seeking truths, mumble, which, I am told, I may find in the Iron and Misery Funging Station and the Cumean Canal. Ideally, I'd learn both, but I could settle for one. For at Port Cecil there will be a contest, and we will change the world with a game of chess. King will fall. Bound for both Cumean Canal and the Iron and Misery Funging Station. Aha, okay. Cool. I am keen to do those things with you. Buy a couple of food, or a couple of fuels. More fuels, and a food. Unfortunately, I have nothing to sell. Except for my gun, and I'm not selling my gun. Alright. So outward and onward. Oh, speaking of which, speak to... Let's see. Invite her to dine with you. We did this one already. About your father. Okay, and then we need to do the strange catch for that one. So we did use up a... Excuse me, use up a food for that, but that's okay. Alright, he wants to go to the Cumean Canal and the Funging Station, so we know where the Funging Station is. It's over there. Demo Isle. And the Cumean Canal should be there, so that shouldn't be too hard of a run. Live dangerously, KB. Sell the gun. Actually, what's funny is I don't use my gun quite as much as you probably should. I'm bad on that one, Timmy. Fed the crew. The crew doesn't need to eat. Please just wait, costing you more fuel, taking up space. I feel like you're that bad voice on my shoulder, not the good voice on my shoulder. The air trembles, a breath of change passes. Cool stuff down here. Sometimes you find cool things along the shore, sometimes not so much. Little ships song the waters here. So do tiny crab. He dove! Ah! Butchered for noms! Nom. Kind of a waste of gas to get to get the food, but whatever. You've discovered the Cumean Canal. Sweet. Albertine Gates. I am that nagging in the back of your head, KB, telling you to keep sleeping, KB. You should not wake up, KB. It's so peaceful here in the woods. Sleep. Oh god! I got Spoon on one side tells me to wake up, and I got Brood on the other side telling me to sleep. Why? Both of you are terrible people. Wouldn't let you know that. Darkness is bad. Dock, you idiot. You actually have to hit the button. Here the dark water runs down from the surface, from a brighter sea. Assist the nomadic Gallivant in the enterprise of dubious legality. A riddle. There are 10 individuals in a room, one of whom is an ancient tyrant. How can you distinguish him? Answer. burglarize a private library for a picture of him beforehand. Knowing the enemy, as dinner bells sound throughout the port, you carry a ladder to one of the long-moored, half-legal ship hostels. You prop the ladder to the porthole of what the Gallivant assures you is the cabin of a French diplomat. He ascends swiftly, leaving you to carry the ladder away. Half an hour later, the Gallivant is back on your deck. He polishes his ruby cuffs. I have seen the face of eternity printed in ink. It was a terrible face. Okay. Let's send a surface coffin. Aha! One move in the great game. Now, we've read all these recently, so I'm not too worried about doing it again. Buy for 20 echoes. Yeah, we don't have a lot of cash on hand, but we do need the fuel, so let us meander. Alright, so now we can go to the Demo, the Iron and Funging Station, across the way. I think Spoon is still away getting food now, so you don't have to listen to him, KB. Of course not! Why would I listen to the voice of reason? That's just idiotic. Well, it is snowing out. Still. Do not like. Just in case you guys don't know already, which most of you do, I do not like driving in the snow. When it's snowing out. Sad inside. But that's me and my problems. Who cares about those? Oh, silly. Silly, silly, silly. Demo's Gate. If we get to Demo Island, we'd win. There she be. Blue lightning crawls leisurely up the funnel. St. Erasmus dancing, the cry goes up. Ding, ding. Guess who's come for dinner? Alright, who do we got? Stand in the right place at the right time for the gnomic Gallivant. I don't like comedians. I'm a very serious man. But we agree on one thing. Timing. That's why I'm breaking into the Factor's home and why I need you to distract him until I found a special itinerary. Simple as a distraction. It just so happens that you bumped into the Factor on his walk home. What a happy coincidence. You couldn't possibly manage this entire picnic basket by yourself. Overjoyed to have company, he joins you on a bench for the next hour, merrily eating sandwiches. You take your leave, once you have seen the Gallivant pass by. Back on your deck, the Gallivant laughs jovially. His rubies wink in the light. Iron and Misery will be sending a representative to the contest in Port Cecil. There's a full itinerary for all the events, tailored for every attendee. I have the Dictator's moves mapped. Looks like we're done. Tea with the Factor! You sit on the veranda of the Factor's house, looking out over the fungal jungle. An expanse of green and sour gold. They are thick with hovering spores. The scones are stale. Even the tea has a hint of mildew. But the Factor is good company. He shares odd stories about the ice and roses of Aram, the monstrosities of the Sea of Lilies, and a little restaurant in Venderbite where he enjoyed the most extraordinary seafood. Venderbite, I know. I never met a tomb colonist who could cook, but you must visit the place. Do you know it? He also has a load of bulges from the carted aboard your ship. He waves away your things. I've eaten so much of the stuff I fear that I might be transformed entirely into fungus. He leans confidently towards you. It happens, you know. One does not have to eat rather a lot of it first. Okay. Okay, so we have some fuel and some foods. And I guess it's time to go back home for safety's sake. We need more fuel is the problem here. So. Back to the home place. Back to the place of safety and light. Hit me, Moody. The light makes me less moody. Or would if Moody's light was actually functioning properly. It had to be you. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Very quiet out. We'll head back to Quaker Siphon. We'll get a couple of fuels out of this, I think. We'll have to head north of Venderbite at some point. I do not want to right now, though. Big stretch. Ouch. That actually hurt a little bit. Times. I hope you guys aren't totally bored out of your mind. No, KB, we come here to listen to you ramble like a lunatic. You're doing perfectly. Swimmingly, even. Continue. Sailors dawdle at the rail, watching for the lights of London. Yes. Hello, Doc Holy. Welcome, friend. Alright, what do we have? A wandering parson. Oh, explore the shore. I don't want a mascot. I do want to chat to the fishermen, though. We'll do a hilltop thing this time. Visit the hilltop above town. There's not much wind on the Untersee, but Mutton Island suffers eerie gusts and buffets from an inexplicably local fragment of weather. The air on the hilltop sometimes carries interesting scents. Toasting to the wind. You stand on a cliff top looking over the little village. Smoke from the chimney of the Cock and Magpie drifts straight upwards. As you watch, the smoke tilts. A sudden wind thins it to a pencil smudge, then nothing. The wind screams unexpectedly like a god cut in half. What a noise! It must have been the caves around the island channeling the air. At least, that's the most comforting explanation. Below you, the locals each take nips from a shared flask and make a toast towards the mainland. The wind is southerly. Perhaps not. Maybe you're right, why we come here. Hello, Orkekum, welcome, friend. You know, whenever I see Orkekum, I'm always reminded of LucasArts' Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis, because they talk about orichalcum, the mineral of the Atlanteans. Ow. Jerk. Come on, fish bones. Eat it! No. Boop. Dark. The darkness, she comes! Hope that's not too terrifying images to get of me. Oh no, of course not. Row of watchful Z-bats perch on the ship's railing. Their heads swivel in unison as you cross the deck. No, this is not unsettling or anything. Making my own engine sounds. The Enduring Majesty Customs Service. I have nothing to hide. Alright, get out of here, leave me alone. Hooray! Something has changed in the Neath. Someone wants to sign on. That's all for now. Another day free. Well, I don't have anything. Visit the Clatherman's Tattoo Parlor. You're I cannot talk now. You're a real sailor now, after all. So, the Dauntless Hand, commemorate your daring. Iron by 2, permanently cure up to 25 terror. These are nice for the terror cure, so I will wait. I'd like very much to buy fuel, but we have no food. So our best bet, always, is to go to the Admiralty Survey Office. Cameen Canal. Well, if you've been there, I suppose you may as well hear about it. The fee is nominal, though. 5 echoes. No, we don't get any fuel for it. Quaker's Haven. Been trying the original rubbery lumps, have we? I have. Give me some gas. And that is literally it. Ugh.
We are watching
I have no money and no fuel. Bad times. Let's head to London and see what's going on. Rose Market. I have exactly 10 echoes. Hire on more crew. Offer passage to tomb colonists. An immigrant will pay to be taken north to Venderbite. It's oddly difficult to die in fallen London, but when a Londoner is too tatty and wretched to live, they wrap themselves in bandages and take ship for the tomb colonies. Your crew cart these ones aboard in padded coffins. They'll sleep there until the journey is done. Cool. Unfortunately, that's literally all the fuel we now have. We have nothing to sell. We are elboned. We can sell our gun for 10. But that's not helpful. We need our guns. How we shoot things, you see. I've had worse days. Whisper locked puzzle box. Speaking the right phrase, and the tumblers will align and unlock. But what is the right phrase? The alarming scholar may have some ideas. I don't have the alarming scholar. KB is a broke Z sailor or is a Z Capitan? Right now it's a Z Captain, but probably not for long. The Stephalos class steam launch. Possibly there's a reason you might want it set as to Z and a boat the size of a dining room table. Possibly. What it is, I can't tell. Alright, we're gonna save some fuel. Yes. We're gonna try to head north, but we really have no fuel for this. No money either. Stipples. Okay, discovered Low Barnett, discovered Hunter's Keep. We will do the sneaks. We've succeeded. We've already read all these recently, so we're not gonna do much more. Visit we will instead we'll have lunch with Cynthia today. Cynthia grasps your arm and whispers to you. Her eyes are wide and blue, her hair is wild and tangled, bats might nest in it. It seems to you that you are sitting on a hillside above a wide blue lake listening to a story of a murder, an axe, a net, blood on scented water. Another chop, Cynthia asks. You've barely touched your food. Here, I'll have the maid wrap something up for you. You can't be hungry. It's not safe to be hungry. You've gained one tale of terror! Yes, I got Salt's attention, apparently. Good to know. Kill the light. We're gonna run our terror up a little bit, because it saves gas. Terror or fuel? That's our choice, really. Bats! Leave me alone, Z-Bats. Nobody wants to be your friend. Ow! You know, there used to be a range you could, like, ignore them from, but apparently not anymore. Ow! Dude, stop railing on me. Okay, that's just rude. I'm gonna die from Z-Bat attack at this point. Stupid bats. Looks like I have to clear the waters on the way home. Right here. The trouble with tomb colonists. You brought the decaying immigrant north, now what? Watch carefully. Something is happening to the man in the bandages. He sighs, he groans, he clutches his chest. A soft explosion. His bandages burst. Frost moths clamor from the tatters. Nothing ever remains. The frost moths' icy winged shinings take to the air, spiral, dissipate, are gone. He won't pay his passage now. At least he's left his belongings for sale. We've got 100 echoes, and we have an Outlander's artifact, and we have 2 supplies. At least we have something to burn on the way home. On deck, you can hear the sound of 1,000 bandaged dead make as they shuffle and cough. Something like the world's most restless concert audience, or the world's most plague-ridden cathedral. Why do KB insist on keeping his gun if he's not using it to defend himself? Because you have to do 180-degree turns. I don't have the fuel to do 180-degree turns over and over and over again. But we could call for help. Well, I don't have that. Certain little restaurant. Dusty glass of wine. Explore vendor bite. So we will do gather gossip. We're not going to be doing the last tour operator because reasons. Because I don't have 12 supplies. And then explore vendor bite. So he descends draw you into the shops which sell candles, lilac, lavender, honey. You fall into discussion of their manufacturers with the shopkeeper. Yes, she says, proudly displaying her missing arm. We render ourselves to good end. Oh, don't look like that. Our fats are of a finer quality than any other, and we grow tired of our bodies down here. Ew. Okay. So we know of the restaurant. Now I believe we can sell, yeah, so cask of mushroom wine will sell for 23. Buy fuel for 20, which I will not. But we can sell news, I think. Yeah, sell news for 10. Recent news sells for 10. You can sell tomb colonists, oddly enough. Not that I want to. And casks of mushroom wine. Yeah, casks of mushroom wine. So we could sell mushroom wine up here if we want. Okay, now it's time to head home. Because we have no fuel for anything else. Sad days that'd be. Probably shouldn't waste my... There it is. Tanashuk. I see you there, Batman. Where you going, Bats? Okay. Shining it, turning it off again, shining it again. Yeah, see how much fuel, like, just that uses? Ennis, leave me alone. Davies Bay. He's lost track of me. Good. Prick finger wastes. It's dark and scary down here. I don't know why I keep going into attack mode when I turn on my lights, but I do. Weird. I turn on my lights and it goes into attack mode, so I guess something's either following me or thinks it sees me. So if nothing else, we get 2 free dealies of fuel. Plus we got $100 for the tomb colonist, which is kind of a bonus. Boop. I have nothing to hide. You need to stop bugging me. Okay, first of all, to the Admiralty Survey Office. I trust the sisters are keeping well. They are citizens of enduring majesty, notionally. 5 echoes and some gas. Vendor bite. 10 echoes and some gas. Thank God. Shops. We need go juice. Finally, go juice, man. We could sell wine, but you get like 2 echoes per bottle, and it's pointless. And I know you guys are asking, why do you not use your gun more? Well, because I don't want to, so shut up. Let's see. No, news. 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 Your supplies have gone up by 1. Nice. Free supplies. Situal study. No, perhaps not. Yeah, lodgings, London, you idiot. Visit the Rose Market. Well, we do have that thing. Do we have that thing? We don't have that thing. Let's go with some interested acquaintances to the market. Scintillac. Unread log. There you go. Puppets play, press uninterrupted. Personal collections grow. Words written in fogged mirrors are hastily wiped away. The exotic exchange pollinate dream. There you go. That'll just mix it up later. Big stretch. Now to go back to sea, I guess. Whew. I'm prepped for the, I'm prepped for doomsday. I have a gun with bullets in it. And when doomsday comes and the world is ending, I will chew down some lead and let others deal with the fallout. Oh, good. I think it's raining now. Ugh. I hate snow. Don't get me wrong, I hate snow for different reasons. I don't hate snow on its face. I like snow. I love snow. I love how quiet it gets when it snows. I love how people stay inside when it snows. I love the at night when the moonlight shines off the snow and it's like twice as bright. I love all that. The thing I don't like about snow, the one thing that terrifies me and makes me want to vomit up my guts when it comes to snow is driving. I absolutely despise driving in the snow. I can't stand it. And so I hate snow. Because now that I'm an adult, I spend most of my time driving places. And so snow is just asking for accidents. Okay, so. I can put our ship in dry dock, I suppose. New recruits. The Impressor Cannoneer increases iron, right? Yeah, we do more damage, but no, you only cost 20 echoes. Sigil-ridden Navigator. Mirrors and Veils. Humble. Are you looking for a gunner? I'm looking for a ship. Here are my references. Here are more references. Here's my designer for Whistling Shell. Here's my colleague. He'll stay on shore. Here's my hand. Will you take it? Really? But there are only 20 echoes. Why not? There, now we have 39 iron. Oops. I wanted to talk to them, not the other thing. Hello, what can I do for you? I have lists. I have lists, apparently. Unlocked with hull 10, you have 41. Unlocked with iron no more than 100, you have 39. Unlocked with 1 secret, you have 4. Spend a secret to improve your iron unless it's higher than 30 or than 100. The ship must be in good shape to sustain the impact of the Cannoneer's experiments. Ooh. Unlocked with Memoirs of the Past is the past breathed in shadows. You have this. You've kept your secrets long enough. Unmask yourself. This will allow you to select a past ambition and form of preferred address, also providing you with specialist ability bonus. Okay, we'll do that. We are unmasking ourselves. Let us speak frankly. Remember me. I may never return home. Someone should know who I was. Your address as quality is gone. Your memoirs of the past quality is gone. We'll go with what we had before, because I like the Ordained Priest. We were an Ordained Priest, and we lost all faith. We've gained 10 echoes and 25 hearts. And we've gained 1 Gall-Eyed Engineer. Ah, crap, I forgot. I'll have to switch them out. Immortality is what we're looking for. And we'll be called Madam. And we want to be this nice lady again. But we're not going to be Baroness von Bon Bon. We're going to be called Madam Puddlefoot. There we go. Unfortunately, we do have to buy some wine now, though. Wine. Story. Ambitious. Now, we've already read this one, so we already know we have to go to the Isle of Cats. We're done with that one. I should have done irons rather than hearts. Inspire, heal, defend. Sometimes helps with tests around terror. So, yeah. Iron would probably have been better. Plus, I don't need this engineer so much as this engineer. Because Veils is 1, this is Veils of 8 plus efficiency, so she's not very helpful to me. I can ask her what she wants. Improve your Veils, but no higher than 50. What does she like? She wants to go to the King Eater's castle. Yeah, that's not what I'm looking for. Speak to. Increase your Veils. No. Increase your iron? I can increase my iron, but we're going to take damage. Oh, there we go. No, I mean, yes, I mean, my god, no. That captain is going to cause explosions, although, I'll let you mention it. You've lost 1 secret. You've gained 1 iron. Yay, we're up to 40 iron. That's a lot of iron. I have to stop trying to keep KB asleep now. The spoon has returned. What? That's what were the words? Alright, so I think we need to do one more thing before we go. That's going to be putting our ship in dry dock. A modest challenge. This will exchange 1 point of Admiralty's favor for 2 to 3 fuel. No. No, no. Exchange Admiralty to your Admiralty. This will completely repair your hull. Admiralty yards, 25 echoes, and 3 favors. Your luck is pretty good. 3 supplies? No. Unlocked with 75 echoes, Jesus. Unlocked with 100 echoes. We'll wait. We'll wait. Okay. So let's go exploring then, eh? Aye? Exploring it is, eh? Donor shop. I went to get food noms. Is it Dooner? Dooner? See, that sounds too Irish. It's not Dooner. It's Donor. Detain. Denied. Oh. Oatmeal raisins. Sweet. It's peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? There you go. What? It's peanut butter jelly. The quiet owl, the grand old house. Let's see. Reconnoiter the island. No, not receiving visitors. Now we can use news to force them out, but we'll see. The maid makes it clear through a series of unwelcoming growls that Phoebe, Lucy, and Cynthia are all 3 indisposed. No lunch today, apparently. That's okay. We can coax them out with news, but I'll keep my news to myself. I don't need their help. I have the burpees. Shine me torch, turn it off, shine it in it again. Alright, we're gonna have to use some fuel for this. No landlubber would notice a change, but you feel the air prickle on your skin. Somewhere new. Anything good? More rocks! More rocks! More on more rocks! Okay, I know what that is. I have no idea what this is. I have no idea where we are. Some sort of beetle has invaded your morsel of ship's biscuit. It waggles its antennae impertinently. I love the descriptions. I wish I could write half as well. Save some gas. I have no idea where we are or what's going on here. I don't think we're anywhere really. That was kind of pointless to meander back and forth. Onward, I guess. To the next section, to the next thing, to the next place. Hello, Isle! What are you? Ah, the maze. Creeping tendrils of fungus, seaweed, unnameable flora. We enter the snares. Alright. So we have a maze. Ugh. Can't see crap in this soup. Oop, I can see that in this soup. You saw nothing. I feel like all the good places have been hidden from me. I can't seem to find any place. Like, I got nothing here. Okay, we're gonna head north, because I literally have nothing here. Save some gas. There's something underwater some distance to the east. Oh, underwater! Okay. The improbable scent of stone at some distant desert. You are close to the salt lions. Ooh, I like being close to the salt. The salt lions! Sweet zombie Jesus! I love the salt lions, I love the salt lions, I love the salt lions. They give me lots of money. We gonna be so rich, we gonna get loaded. Wait, what? You've discovered the salt lions! Sweet! A bit further away than I like from home, but it's not so bad. You've discovered Zeal Port. Gotta seal the zeal. There is a vast sorrow in their empty eyes. The salt lions, two basalt beasts cathedral-sized, they frown eternally at each other across the black waves. The north one carries an encampment. Creeping human figures eat away at its features like rot, picking. There's a supply dock below. I need 200 echoes to carry the salt line, yeah. Salt's rights. The face of the northern sphinx is all but gone. Lost faces are sacred to Salt, they say. You are drawn there. To what end? Salt's voice distant but clear. Extraordinary implications. Gods of the Sea defiant. Unlock something awaits you. We'll compile a port report. Record the activities of the Unmakers, such as they are. Rite of stone and silence. So we don't have 200 echoes, unfortunately. We have to visit the Unmakers. Muscular pick-wielders rest on camp stools, watching you approach, passing hip flasks around. An unctuous overseer beckons you to sit. Fungal tisane and tea cakes. We get funding from the bazaar, it's true, but Station 4? I wouldn't call us Station 4. It's a little grandiose. The stones are stuffed with secrets, but most of them are used as garden statuary or occult ballast. Most of them. Some go down to the places into the bazaar. More tea cakes. That's all for now. So unfortunately, there's nothing we can do here, which sucks. But the fact that we found them, that's a bonus. Okay, we can cut across to Venderbite. Back south if we want. Or not. Yeah, that'd probably be the best bet anyway. But kill the lights. Let's go.
We are.
And before they tell KB off for being a goof. Isn't that what you all do? But I am a goof, it's what I do. I'm wonderful at it. You all love me, shut up! I have sniffles. Pardon my sniffs. I wonder if heading north is an option at all right now. Probably not. No, not really. Unfortunately, there's nothing really of any value out here. Shepherd's Wash, the salty hinterland of London, home of hermits, nuns, and shadowy business. Wolf's Rift! Some sort of beetle has invaded your morsel of ship's biscuit. It waggles its antennae impertinently. That silly beetle needs to go away. Thought I ate it already once. Hello. What are you, then? Discovered Field Haven. Hello, hello. I've come to be your friend, I think. Ah, it's the Shepherd's Isle. That's where they hid you. Sheep, lichen, standing stones. Of course, the bearded watchman tells you, there are no actual shepherds in Shepherd's Isle. Sheep are mostly illegal here. No, indeed. It's just the name of the gentleman that found the islands. Greybeard sitting in the village square nods solemnly. No sheep, one says, but plenty of tails. Ask us anything. Alright. Compile a port report. Oh, yes, yes. There's been goings on. And the bleak light of false stars. Surface roiling like a porridge pot, up with a roar of steam and flash of fire. 3 widows swimming. Tentacles! And then we saw his highness. There's rather a lot of this material. Tell me of the 3 graves. Up from the bed. Who sleeps beneath the turf over on that island to the northwest? You know the drownies, the sailors won't rest. Will they rest here? I've seen them come up out of the water all white and dripping and dig themselves into the ground. They take turns. Or I think they miss the feel of the earth. One tale of terror! Engage an officer. Perhaps not. Shops. Oof. Spendy. Oh, if we need it. We don't, but if we do, you know? Good. We found another place to be. Visit. Thing. Visit Stone Oil, then. Do, 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 do. Good times to be had by all, whether you like it or not. Let there be light! Okay, we're nearly there. Gonna head over to Vendabite, then maybe south again. Because there's Tanachuk Isle. Ooh, fed the crew. Distant bells. Dust echoes, even a sepia tint into the air. These are the waters around the tomb colonies. Stop with the lights. There should be an abyss we can see, I think. Discovered Kant's abyss. Yes, okay. Aha! We're being chased by a crab! Almost there. Almost there. And nailed it. Where were we? Explore Vendabite. So we will, but we must gather gossip first. Report, Vendabite. Alright, now. Ere they favor candlelight over gaslight, the shadows are swagged with cobwebs. The tomb colonists stand still enough to be mistaken for sculptures until they laugh or cough. One building in 3 seems abandoned. A corkscrewed street. Yes, the twisty tip of an old little side street welcoming yellow lights glow from the gilt-lettered windows of a restaurant. A sign reads, Vengeance of Jonah. A beefy tomb colonist bustles up. A grey mustache pokes impertinently out from under his bandages. Come in, come in. Bandaged poissonnier as Benderbite seeks passage with a Z-captain sympathetic to intrepid cuisine. Recruit the bandaged poissonnier. The bandaged poissonnier has long wished to travel, but will not need to outfit the galley to his exacting standards. I need 300 echoes. Jesus. Offer strange catch. Sample today's special. Perhaps not. Another time. Another time, but not today. Do you have any news to sell? News! Sell the news! Will not be buying fuel here today, thank you. But I sold me news. See, we could do back and forth runs. We can pick up news at home, sell it at Vendabite for 10, and then also sell casks of wine, and you make through about $2-3 per bundle, I guess, of wine. Hello then. Burning blue. A hiss of horror from the lookout. The glim lamp at the front of the ship is sputtering and arcing, fizzing with blue light, even as you watch the blue fades, but it's not a good omen. Kibby's got crabs. Somebody sell 7. Now any lover knows what a blue light means. Attempt to calm them. 100%. There's a perfectly natural explanation. Light meets dark. The darkness underneath is more than the absence of light. It's a physical presence which distorts the shape of the world. Light melts the darkness, restores sanity to the world. You explain something of this to your sailors. It's not the first time they've heard it, but they seem slightly less nervous. Oh, good. Okay, I see the Z-bats over that way.
We are watching you.
You found a gif of KB sailing? Oh, this I've got to see. You know, I'm not that bad. I can recognize some fails. I can recognize some fails. You guys give me so little credit. Hello. Trying to shoot you in your butthole. Stay behind him. Ta-da! She's a vital vessel and the Z's on safe. Take what you can and move on. Ooh, what did we find? A crate of supplies. 2 supplies. Hardtack and water and an unexpected box of nails. It would be wit remarks that the nails look tastier than the hardtack until an officer's glare silences her. Ah, quiet you! Women aren't allowed to speak! Ah, good times. I have all the faith that Kibi can't in general. Oh. Well, I try. We can try. You are being watched. We may actually utilize the rat's favor. This one. Let's see if we can get some of our ship health back because we did get those 2 crates of food. I might utilize one. Doot doot. I don't know. I really like this game. No others like this game. No one's been streaming it as of late, which makes me sad, but I really enjoy this game. The storylet only appears when you've been at sea for a little while. I know. Another day. The rose market hasn't changed. Of course not. London. Port reports, please. Port reports. Port reports. New recruit. No. Port reports. Hello. Visit the Admiralty. Port reports. Visit and investigate ports to gain port reports and trade them in here. Thank you. Hunter's Keep. Our Justice Sisters are doing well. Yes. 5 echoes and a fuel.
We are
Vendor bite.
watching you.
10 echoes and a fuel. A high-risk challenge, 24%. Shepherd's Isle submit as substantiated hearsay. 10 echoes and 1 fuel. Salt Lions. 20 echoes and 1 fuel. Cool. Actually, are there any moves in the Great Game? I can give him... Speak of the moves in the Great Game. Here we go. Whispers. He has you repeat it all twice. He doesn't take notes. It's a little beyond me, he tells you. But I have a friend in the palace who will be interested. Very interested. Thank you. Your fee. 30 echoes. It's closer to what we're looking for. Okay. Everything's working out a little bit better here. Torpedo nets. Leadbetter and Stainrod's Sea Worm. Does 24 hull damage versus 8. I could buy a slightly better gun. Warm up time 4 seconds. Warm up time 4 seconds. Costs 1 torpedo component per use. Oh, it's the Sea Worm torpedoes. Right. So yeah, you have to have torpedo components, otherwise what's the point? We shall compel attention! A weapon of respectable power. Rabbit's favor assistance. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to go to a hold. Not a hold. We want to go to dry dock. London, please. Dry dock, please. Dry dock. And we're going to trust to the rat's favor in this one. Ooh, 3 supplies, not 2. Well, okay, well, if it takes 3, we'd have to buy more anyway. So, Sansic. Oh, give me some news. Hey, an extra supply. Look at that. We still have to buy more anyway, so it's not like it's a win-win. I just worry about our hull. But we don't have a lot of cash, so we'll have to worry about our hull later. Gives me some more fuel. Supplies are good for now. Not great, but good for now. We'll have to eat when we find what we find out in the sea, I think. Okay, not a lot happened that time, so let's take a quick look about. So we found the salt lines, but we don't have the money to get what we need from them. We found Demo Isle, Cameen Canal, Mutton Isle. I'll just keep going north if we wanted. That might not be a bad idea. That might not be a bad idea at all. Okay, I have an idea. We're gonna do a transpo run, I guess. We're gonna do a run here really quick. So we're going to buy 5 casks of mushroom wine. We don't have any tomb colonists who'd like to go north, do we? It used to be, and this is the sad part, it used to be you could constantly take tomb colonists up north, but they changed it to, because I guess you get too much money too fast by transporting tomb colonists. So they took away the ability to transport tomb colonists north. I used to do that forever, just transport tomb colonists up and down. Hello, Zailing, welcome. Okay, so if that's the case, I think we'll take what we have here and we'll head north. We won't make much money out of this, but we'll make a bit. If we save our fuel, we can do some other stuff too. Hello, Ceiling. Welcome, friend. It's so quiet. They came from the blackness. I'm fine, Lily. Thank you. Is that you there, Izzy? Is it scratchy under your chin? Papa comes. At your face hole. How you doing? Scratch. Perhaps the sisters will feed us today. We can order the island. Not receiving visitors. Nope, still no lunch today. Oh well. We'll come back another time then. Avoid the bats! Okay, I don't think we can avoid the bats, and that's okay. Or, at least in this case, I think the bats are going out of their way to avoid us. Krabby Patties! I have to eat today, and I have no idea what I want to devour. Well, Urclaw did get me an infant earlier. Actually, I have frozen noms I could eat. Or sandwich makings, even. You could make me a sandwich food. Alright, so, Tomb Colony of Enderbite. Let us go to the shops. Let us sell a mushroom wine. Look, we made some money. And we'll sell our news. Look, we made more money. We're back to 129, which I think is where we started from. Oh well. Gather gossip. Absolutely. Can we explore today? We can. Explore Vendabite. Anything good? Ah, here, Zayla shouts. There's something nestled in the mossy crook of a gray-leafed tree, a wooden serpent, lacquered with black, red, and yellow. Its eyes are garnet flakes. That'd fetch a good price at the bazaar, the sailor observes. But it's a cursey look, points another. A very chancy challenge. Take it anyway. Take it, but reward the sailor. High-risk challenge. 49%. Perhaps you think of some way to allay their fears. Let's try it. Failed. An Orphidian gaze. You've no idea what the thing is. You put it on the shelf next to your antique sextant, but the ruddy glitter of its eyes gives you the creeps. Eventually, you leave a hat on top so you don't have to look at it. Meanwhile, 2 sailors complain that they dream of hungry jungles. You gain 10 terror and 1 outlandish artifact. Okay, I just stole from a god. My bad. Okay, we're gonna head north a little bit. Shining me torch. Turn it off. Shining it again. Picket Bluff. Good game, KB. Well, you can't win every time. Boop. Cursing your whole crew. I cursed the day I met me crew. Johannestown. Stay close to shore, it's safe there. So you hope. Boreal Reach. Is this snow? Touch it. It puffs to vapor. Your crew huddles close to the warmth pipe and funnel. Hello, giant rock monster. I've not come to be your friend. Living mountains and me. Not exactly, you know. We don't exactly make good scouts together. February 1st, 1888. Good year. Under the sea. Under the sea.
We are watching you.
A chilly city beside a waste of salt. Okay, gather intelligence. We'll not do shore leave, it's too expensive. But we'll explore the town. Ah, a woman in an iridescent green gown waves vaguely from the rock near the shore. Sorrowful sights waft across the water towards you. Sighs, excuse me. An idiot castaway? A mermaid? Of course not. Mermaids are preposterous myth. She's probably a pirate or a drowning or someone's feral aunt. Sad sighs pass. The waves languidly. She waves languidly as you move down the beach. A ghost? An eccentric bather? You'll never know. Yeah, memories of a distant shore. Well, at least that's a good thing to take away from it, because I am not talking to that crazy girl. This will cost 1 Z-story. Ooh, I have a Z-story, eh? Aye? I have 2 tales of terror. Or will not use 1. Stygian ivory. Will get you 3 tales of terror. No, thank you. But I am running low on food. Well, that's okay. We'll eat the dead. Arlie. Arlu li lilo. Lilo Dallas multipass. You've discovered the Codex. Have I discovered the Codex Astartes? You've started this, you will finish it. An Isle of Answers. The Isle of Codex. Codex, a desperate cave full of mute exiles, and an inexplicable colony of shivering, bad-tempered monkeys. Agree to a damp request. I don't have a submarine yet. Acquire a doomed monster hunter. I don't have any searing enigmas. Compile a port report. No one will speak. This is a challenge. The exiles see many come, fewer leave. Some are even willing to communicate, but their gestures are unfamiliar. The meaning's unclear. Even when you can understand, these are answers without questions, as useless as a key without a lock. You have 1 port report for the Codex. They sell fuel and really expensive food. Shepherd's oil south of us, eh? Aye. I've had worse days. Let's go.
Don't you know better than to sneak up on ponies?
Hello. X Larvae 2016 is aboard of the shore post. Welcome, X. Thank you for the follow, friend. Where we at? We are nowhere. Hello, hello. Cthulhu's Rage. Okay. kind of meandering south towards the thing. I was thinking I've missed an island, so Frost found vast and chilly, the fortress sieged by questions, answers, and riddles. No, we're back here again. To Shepherd's Isle. Okay. Now this time the problem isn't fuel, it's food. Thornwell's Croft. That's a very bright beam of light you got going on there. Ah, sheep, lichen, standing stones. We've been here today, so I'll not read it again. Picnic? No. Tales of the Standing Stones. Tell me about those. The bearded villagers are happy to talk about the local sites. Well, site. Long way from home. Tour to the pillared sea, where the Orem lies. A wise man from Orem came here, 80 years ago. He planted 3 pillars. They were as big as fingers when I were young. Now they're as you see them. In my son's time, they'll be as big as dog cranes. Okay. File report. Surface rolling like porridge pot, up with a whirl of steam and flash of fire. 3 widows swim, tentacles, and then we saw his highness. Of course we did. This is the navigator. Does the mirrors and veils. Not really that important. Loots and pillages chat because of lack of answer to his parlay. Aw, sad day. That's what you guys get, at least he asked. Alright. We visit the salt lines again if we have the food, but we don't, so probably the best bet is to go south, and oh yes, definitely south. Well... Definitely south. Let us go then. Oh wait, he might have food on him. Do not let him attack. Stay behind him. Yeah, food then. Aye, food. Fuel, not helpful. Wasted time and health. Okay, we're gonna make kind of an end run towards home. The waves are cluttered with Zerak, like drowned hair drifting. Ooh, another island. Abby's Rock! Oh, we can eat ourselves a crab then. Krabby Patties for everybody! Nom, 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 nom. Abbey Rock. Good times. The Sisterhood. Here the grim sisters lair. A black spit of an island far from anywhere anyone would want to go, and that's how the sisterhood likes it. Here stands their fortress convent. There are bear traps that look friendlier than this. Trade supplies? 20 echoes to be precise. No. Compile a port report. It's unlikely to be eventful. As always, nothing is happening. The sisters watch us. We feel their eyes. The sea crashes on the rocks, withdraws. The fortress stands solid as the last year of a century. The greatest peril you risk here is a certain purpleness of prose. Knock on the iron gates. Watch the convent. Offer a gift. Search the surroundings. You can't be the first to come here. See. Like huge and deadly herons, the sisters stalk along the very tops of the walls. You watch through a spyglass as they leap and whirl, slashing at each other with a variety of frightening weapons. God, one of them just turned a somersault. Ooh. Like hash, you follow tracks into a sea cave. Someone has stored food, supplies, ammunition. It can't be the nuns. These crates have a Kanate look. The Admiralty will want to know about this. Ha! 5 fuel, 5 supplies! I am like a living god! You now have 1 torpedo component and strategic information. These are wonderful things. Hooray, hurrah, oh, happy day. Wonderful, wonderful. You got lucky on that one. And now we can go exploring a bit more. We got, time and effort, and not so much in the way of hull, but we got, time and effort. We'll go bother the salt lions again then. I think that'd be a good idea, don't you? Of course you do! We all do! Shut up! Lucky us. Ooh, is this station 3? I believe that is station 3. It is station 3, aha! Discover Depot A in station 3. Good times to be had by all. Speaking of shotguns, I have to continue working on Andy Blast versus the Forces of Evil, so that you guys can play a demo of it. We may infer at Station 1 and a Station 2. May conjecture at a Station 4. Station 3, machinery hums behind high steel walls. Up the hill there are visible outlines of warehouses and a building with a spire, but the lamps are low where they burn at all, and your ship, the only one in harbor. Party time with KB, indeed. Train your telescope ashore. Might be best to look from a distance. Okay. Church, or something else. You stand on the high point of your ship and look to shore. There's a steepled building on the horizon, by far the largest thing in sight. No cross marks the top of it, nor any other symbol you recognize. Soothing copper long box, 0. The only way past the walls is an unimposing but sturdy-looking gate of triple-barred silvery metal. A sign besides it reads, Deliveries. No way in. The material is steel hard and ice cold to the touch. Attempts with chisels and crowbars fail. Perhaps if you could bring the ship's guns to bear, but no. If you return with a certain delivery, the gate will be open. You'll know if you find it. Oh, so I will then. Nothing to shop then, time to go. Look, Mom, a boat. Boat what? About 4 of 10. Well, it's funny. At least I think it's funny. The rest of you think. Shining me torch, turn it off again, shine it again. Just one of those days, guys. Just one of those days. It's peaceful. The improbable scent of stone of some distant desert. You're close to the salt lions. Hello, salt lions. I hope you're having a good day today and aren't too salty. My terror is now at 54. It will never go below 50. Which sucks. But that's okay. Kinda have to take that initial terror in order to save your fuel early on. There's vast sorrow in their empty eyes. Visit the Unmakers. +5 terror. Cool. Alright. Compile a port report. Sweet. Unfortunately, we still don't have enough echoes. 129 out of 200 required. Because you can make a crap ton of money. Oop. You can make a crap ton of money. L, you idiot, not M. Although, with as much fuel as we have, we might be able to head south a bit. Let's kind of map out. Yeah, we'll see how that works for us. Oh, hello there, big guy. Stick close to shore, you see nothing. You still see nothing, stop swirling. Oop. Hey, oh, there's a thing over here. What is it? Let's find out. You saw nothing. At least I think there's a thing over here. Oh, it's an Untersee thing. Never mind. Darn it. I don't have mine Unterseeboot. But I need those? Psh.
We are
Silly spoon, need is only in the
watching
mind.
you.
Hello? What might you be then? Oh, bound shark. Lick a monkey crag. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure that's illegal in most states. Find your Untersee boat. The Dubois Maelstrom. Is this the Ratter Island? I think it is. Looks like it. It is! It's the Rat Isle. I don't really like the Isle of Rats. Not a big fan of the Isle of Cats either, so, you know, between the two of them. Saints Haven! Yeah, that place. Sorry, I keep checking my map because I'm trying to figure out where I'm at. Whoop! Bigmoat Island, there it is. 2 houses, both alike in dignity. There is no habitation in sight, no market, only an old rotting dock. A stretch of sand thickens into damp black earth from which sprouts stunted palms? Not quite. Tall fungal growths with frond-like caps as if someone had sculpted the idea of a tree from a mushroom. Disembark. See what awaits you. War? As you step onto the quay, you hear clamor, shouts, and shooting. You can see off in the distance smoke rising from beyond the hill, the dots of the fire flecking the horizon. 2 tiny figures stand a little further down the quay, unmoving, as if waiting for your approach. A literary interlude. The following is an extract from the popular Diary of a Sea Captain, from London to Rouen, and what we did there before we arrived, washed ashore on Mutton Island. The subsequently serialized in an unexpurgated gazette. The author's identity remains unknown. The Tale of Pigmoat Isle, in which a delegation is made, a choice is presented, war is declared, a most singular treasure is sought by all, and a new empire is founded with tooth and claw. They changed the story from before. Chapter 1, The Delegation. The figures were rodents. To my left was Aratus Faber, wearing goggles, a blacksmith apron, and an assortment of tools. To my right, an unusually large guinea pig, wearing a helmet and breastplate reminiscent of nothing so much as the high Middle Ages. The rat stepped forward first and bowed. Welcome, Captain. 2 Rat Star Island. I am Edgar, second chief engineer of the 3rd Rat Brigade. I invite you to avail yourself of food and fuel at our expense. The only cost to you is a choice. The rat stepped back, at precisely the same moment, with what appeared to be the ease of a long habit. The guinea pig scuttled forward and made a declamatory chirp. Welcome, Captain, to the Isle of Cavia. I am Lady Augusta Devereaux, Switch of the Blackwater Swinches, Seneschal of our King Gracenaw, first of his name. I invite you to avail yourself of food and fuel at our expense. The only cost to you is a choice. The two stood at attention, looking at me expectantly. Grrr. Do, 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 do. One second, I'm texting 7. These are the sounds I make when I'm texting. I spoke to the chief engineer. His eyes had a wave-cold glint of them, and he wore his scars like jewels. A rat in the making. I asked the chief engineer to elaborate. He looked at me for a long, measured moment before speaking gruffly. We came to this island to make a home for ourselves away from London, its cats and snuffers and rat-skin suits. We came to live as citizens of our own republic. We came with our tools, our teeth, our clever hands, and we made a beautiful city by the light of the rat star that shone bright and blue on Mount Ararat. The chief engineer nodded towards the distant hill. One day we braved the depths of the chicken woods, and from the top of Mount Ararat we plucked the rat star to be our light, our beacon. But the pigs of Cavie saw the light, and they lusted for it. They sent armies to rule us and steal our star. We will not permit them to take what is ours. We will resist to our last breath. Will you join us in defeating them? Talk to the Seneschal. How did an armored guinea pig manage to look regal? A knight of our habit. The Seneschal cleared her throat with a delicacy to rival the Duchess's own before speaking. Gracenaw the king, our lord and sovereign, full 7 months had sojourned on the sea, conquered this land and won the southern main. Now no fortress against him shall remain. No city walls be left for him to gain, save the rats that squeak behind mountain. Unlikely was the lamb of our deliverance, assured shall be our glories in their fall, when our lady's eye restored to be our hall. Seneschal composed herself and added, We saw the truth and beauty by the light of Our Lady's eye on Mount Caveat. Caveat. But the rats, with their guns and their chatter and their peasants' politics, stole it from us. We will subjugate them and take it back. They are our rabble, and we will rule them with the steel-shod velvets of our paws. Will you join us? I've heard more than enough. I was ready to make a choice. Surely their commonalities are more numerous than their differences. Perhaps I could help them get along. Doubtful. Oh dear. I never remember which one I always tend to choose on this. I think I usually end up choosing the Seneschal. Can't really recall, honestly. I think I always choose the rats because of the chances for a better gun, but I think I'll go with the Seneschal this time because I cannot remember. A friend to Cavies. I bowed to the Seneschal, who purred with pleasure while the chief engineer gnashed his teeth but kept his distance. You have chosen wisely, Captain, said the Seneschal. Come, and I will explain our situation to you in greater detail. One fuel, one supplies. An occurrence, your memoir as a knight of our habit quality is now you chose the Cavies. Chapter 3, A Night Out of Habit. The Seneschal led me to the southern side of the island, skirting the chicken woods. You pass through a number of raised mounds of earth mixed with fortifying strips of mushroom flesh, which I suppose to be makeshift walls. The settlement was dazzling. This side of the island appeared to be absolutely wreathed in scintillact. The Cavies' dwelling was awash with silver phosphorescence. It was a large colony. Most noticeably was the steam pinnace, the impossible lamb, that had run aground, from which Cavies came and went bearing supplies. To the right of the ship, farther down the beach, a large group of Cavies lay on bundles of colorful cloth, whining and wailing as if in pain. To the left of the ship was a ramshackle tent of poles and linen, in front of which guinea pigs clashed against each other and sharpened their teeth. In the center of the village was a covered dais, veritably festooned with colorful cloth and guarded by well-decorated knights. I suspected this was where King Gracenaw kept counsel. Be welcome, Captain, in the kingdom of Cavia, capital of our isle and blessed by the light of Our Lady's eye. The Seneschal spoke solemnly, but with a hint of sadness to her words. Or so it was, and shall be again. I must speak with our king and prepare your arrival. My page will show you the area and bring you in sight of his splendor in good time. Page? A much smaller guinea pig, its fur braided with a slender strip of parabola linen, scurried over and bowed. The seneschal took her leave. I visited the hospital. Were those guinea pigs quarantined? The Black Death. An elderly-looking cavy greeted me, eyeing me gravely. Many of us sickened during the voyage, a rotting in our teeth, a weakness in our flesh. The Allah was our salvation. The stronger among us made a pilgrimage towards the pool of Our Lady's light, and then, miracle of miracles, they were cured. They bathed in her, they drank her sweet waters, and the strong brought the weak to her in turn. Soon we were thriving again, bearing our children and raising them to love Our Lady's eye and see it in our deliverance. The elder looked sorrowfully at the sick under her care. His care. Since the rats stole her, the sickness has returned. All this light and but a mockery of hers, and we gain from it no benefit. The only thing, the elder's ears and voice flattened in a hiss, that helps our condition is the flesh, the very hearts and livers of the rats who stole her from us. You gross. Visit the steam pinnace on the beach. Was this indeed the impossible lamb? Wasn't it reported overrun by rats? Chalky shore. The page chittered while I inspected the vessel. Rats, never! The splendor of Cavia overtook this vessel. I was born here, the first native of Cavia. But all our elders remember the voyage. It was hard, they say, but we were harder. But the sea is black and unkind. We were lost in the dark for weeks, and no one speaks of those terrible times. But out of the darkness came the light of Our Lady's eye, guiding us here, to our own isle. In time we will ride the waves again, perhaps once we have recovered our eye. Is it not splendid?
Watching you.
It certainly may have been at one time, but I could see the hull had been severely damaged by the Scintillac reef. There was no way the cavies could hope to repair it themselves. Whatever the page said, they were stranded here. I visited the barracks. What chance could guinea pigs stand against the weaponed might of the Ratus Faber? Evening the odds. The page led me to the barracks, where the knights didn't deign to speak to one so undecorated as I. The page, however, was eager to answer my questions. The rats have no weapons, none to speak of. What is a gun without bullets? A sword without a blade? Ours are supplies, the knives, the soft stuffs, the glory. Their teeth are sharp, it is true, but while ours, the page hesitated as the knights glowered at him, are sharper. All praise to the flowers of the house of Cavy. One knight preened while another grunted indifference, working on wet stone along its top front teeth. As I watched, a particularly vigorous swipe knocked a whole incisor out of place. It landed on the ground in a black and bloody mess. The knight gasped, grasped the tooth, and vanished from sight. Another glared in a way that dared me to make something of it. Looks like I picked the losing side here. I have seen enough. It's time for my audience with the king. The page led me crouching at first, and then on my knees before King Graysna and the seneschal. The king was the largest guinea pig I had ever seen, easily twice the size of the largest knight in his retinue. The seneschal looked positively dainty next to him. We are told, intoned the king, that you have promised your assistance to the house of Cavy. This is agreeable to us, but what form shall your assistance take? I had nothing to offer but my advice. I would not risk my crew on this potentially doomed venture. A chancing challenge. I offered to retrieve the lady's eye by force. I had guns, I had a boat, I planned to row a raiding party to the northern side of the island where the cavies could flank the rat settlement. I plotted to steal the eye with cunning, a very chancy challenge. One should use shadows to catch a light. The rats would not even know we had been there. Probably. Oh, let's do this one. 60% chance with iron. Ooh, a perfect pincer. I think we did it! My plan succeeded brilliantly. It was easy enough to sneak up on the settlement when the stolen eye gave off such light and cast such shadows round the shore. Even easier to do what needed to be done when the cavies were rallied by the sight of their treasure. What follows was a tremendous rout. Rats ripped apart, throats and bellies torn open, viscera slickening the sand. The cavies took losses too, but soon the seneschal declared the day won. I was rewarded with a substantial amount of scintillac. I saw to my surprise that the cavies had spared a number of the rats' children and were rounding them up. I commented favorably on this, praising the seneschal's high-minded mercy. The seneschal chittered pleasantly. My dear captain, be assured that we shall treat them very well, but it is hardly mercy that motivates the preservation of an enemy livestock. The small rats wept quietly over a parent's severed torso before being prodded and pressed into a march. You succeeded in an irons challenge. Hail, Cavia! The Pigmote Island mighty quality is now 5, adequate. In occurrence, your Pigmote Isle spirit quality is now 3, conflicted. Your Pigmote Isle civilization quality is now 4, troubled. And you now have 4 scintillac, which means we're loaded. I invited one of the KVs to join us. They were reputed to be excellent swimmers, adorable enough to boost morale, and if times should become lean, I thought maybe a guinea pig stew would buy the crew a day or two before they started eating each other. Oh, why not? Because I think this guy does hearts +1, yeah. Welcome aboard. The seneschal, of course, couldn't abandon her duties, but she made certain my request was cried out in the village square. The page squeaked excitedly and sought permission from her to join my party. "I'll record your doings for the glory of Kavy," he declared, "and I'd like to see more of the world." Waited for him to gather up some effects and say goodbye to his family before lifting anchor and setting off. "We have one guinea pig!" I spoke up on behalf of the rats, but the rift did not seem entirely insurmountable. Generous in victory, I appealed to the house of Kavy's grace and good breeding, and praised King Gracenaw's magnanimity. Perhaps the rats knew not what they did. In stealing the eye? Perhaps they were only stumbling about in the dark for a light as the Kavys they were themselves while lost at sea. The seneschal and the king exchanged a look. The seneschal murmured something into the king's ear, and he purred decisively. "To err is marine, to forget Kaveen." He looked towards the chief engineer. "If you'll cede all rights to Our Lady's Eye and help us place it back in its pool of holy pilgrimage, and if you agree to the terms of tribute, trade," hissed the chief engineer. King Gracenaw chattered his teeth, but the seneschal stepped forward and raised her voice. "Perhaps further negotiation is possible." As we left, I saw a page timidly approaching an albino rat to inquire about fishing nets. An occurrence! Your memoir's Knights of out-of-habit quality is now you forged peace between the rats and Kavies. An occurrence! Your Pigmote Isle spirit quality is now 6. Optimistic? The Wide Dark Z beckoned. We had eaten our fill, and our business was concluded. It was time to continue our voyage and see what other wonders and terrors still awaited us. The end. There you finished your diary entry in the final morsels of delicious rat flesh. Kavies line up to salute you as you leave the victory banquet, escorting you to your ship through the foundations of their new kingdom. Abort report, Pigmote Island. Your hunger quality is now gone. I devoured the flesh of my enemies. A new nation has been founded. Hail Kavia! Hail Kavia! The neat's most adorable nation scurries around your legs. Scintillac harvesters drag heavy bags of the island's bounty to their silos. Industrious rodents work hard on towering edifices, some of them almost neck-high. London will never believe a bloody word of this. Precious Scintillac. 115 echoes. Oof. Raise Pigmote Isle civilization for better prices. Yeesh. Steal the lady's eye! Blue Scintillac. The Kavies guard it fiercely, but there may be a way, or less direct alternatives, perhaps. Neither of those things are good. We will wait for now. Cool. We got some cool stuff. We did a whole story element there, all on our own. All right. Let us meander to the places unknown. When did I play Warships? You don't remember that? A while back I played Warships. It's not my favorite game, of course. Not a huge fan of it. Find it boring after a while. And then, of course, people don't really like watching me play it, so there's that, too, I guess. You know, things and stuff and stuff and things. Can I get to the top of this, please, so I can clear it all out? That'd be totally great. There you go. Thank you. Plus, there's an island right here. KB doesn't like any games. Aww, I like games. Cupcake! 2 years ago by the quote. Yeah, I played it when like it was not first came out, but like I played it a while back. It's just after with those type of tiered combat games, World of Tanks, World of Warships, Warship of Tanks, War Tanks of Boats, Planes of War Tank Boat Ships. All of those games all have the same problem. After tier 3, the people who invest in the game are hardcore psychopaths or people with deep pockets and no self-respect. And so because of that, what you end up with is you end up with an extremely unbalanced level of play. Tier 1, 2, and 3, you're usually good. You get people who have played up to that point. Ships are easy to get normally. You don't have to like pay for anything. You don't have to grind for anything. You know, you get up there and you're pretty good to go. After that, 4, 5, and 6, you have so many just mixed ships. Like, just so many mixed ships. It's impossible to keep up. It's impossible to like you'll be going up against like double tier ships above you, or your group of people will have like half as many as their group of people. You know, it's really, I mean, it's it's poorly balanced is the problem, and so I stopped playing after like tier 3. Gather the corpses. So yeah, I stopped playing after a while because of how badly balanced it is. And it's not because the game itself is unbalanced, it's because the players are unbalanced. The players are unbalanced because you end up with players who have ships they've bought or you know, weapons they've bought, and people are like, well, you can't upgrade them. It's like, it doesn't matter. For their tier, they're better than every other ship at their tier. It doesn't matter if you can or can't upgrade them. Just by buying them, you've become the god of that tier. You have to go to the next tier without a purchase ship in order for it to balance back out again. And so because of that, I don't really enjoy it. And then on top of that, you have the same problem with the balancing issues, where even people who don't buy their way to victory, they grind, they play, they got nothing better to do with their world, they just sit there and play games all day, like me, but they just play that game all day because they're obsessed or whatever happens to be the case. And because of that, you end up fighting against people with fully maxed out ships while you're like 2 tiers below, with 3 other guys who are also 2 tiers below, and then that one guy who logged in and then just sits there because he doesn't really want to play, or he went AFK because mom told him to take out the trash, and he didn't log out because, well, it'll only take me a minute, and so you end up, you know, with half your team missing. It's not fun, unfortunately. It's not fun after like tier 2 or 3. It never is, it never will be, because it relies too much on people not being douche nozzles. Let's see. Tea with the Factor, explode Demo Island, accept a volunteer. 1 echo for a volunteer, sure. We'll accept a volunteer, get ourselves up to 10 people. And compile a port report. 60% chance, no thank you. Alright. So if we cut straight across, we can go to the Crimean Canal. We could try heading south a little bit. Oh, actually, what do we have in the way of food in our hull? Do we have food in our hull? Or 6. Okay, we have 6. We'll head south a little bit. Anyway, so my problem with those games is always the same, is that after a while they become difficult and unenjoyable. I have that dude in my pocket who wants to go to the one place, and I don't know where the one place is at. Okay. Well, we're gonna head left from here. We don't really have the health to get into a fight at this point, if such a thing were to occur. So I think we'll head over to the Crimean Canal and head north again. We should have compiled enough port reports to get a bunch of money! I love money. The Z-bats cry out. They're nothing like birds. Okay, he's on my side. But he's not an influence of badness on my world here. There are no islands within the Z-bats range. No! Wrong button. I also have to get back to London soon. My terror is massively increasing. There you go. Doot doot. Doot doot. You know, yesterday was a very slow day at work. I'm hoping today will also be a slow day at work, but it's hard to tell. And it really doesn't matter, because the crappy part is even on the slowest days at work, I end up doing 90% of the work anyway, because people are like, oh, it's super slow, let me just stand around and talk a bunch. And I'm like, the work's getting done because only 2 of us are actually working. Do you mind not being a jerk? Daylight. This would be a prime spot for a pub or wine shop, but the interests of the Echo Bazaar and the laws of London prevent it. They don't like competition. Still, there are temporary half-legal hostilities and long-moored ships. Here you trade stories with the suntanned surface sailors, stories of Paris and Batavia, the lost fires and the final hours. Gather information. A perfunctory port report, the Crimean Canal. Perhaps not. Alright. Oop, that's not what I wanted. Launch with... oh, launch with E. I hit the wrong button. Turn off your lights! You mean bring out your dead? Turn off your lights! Boop. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. What are you guys doing? Why are you posting things? What's going on? What's all this then? So-and-so in the yard? I'm having moments. All by myself here, little moments. The Purwall Point and Moody's Light. Alright, so we should be able to head north here, and that should clear up. Ah, here we go. That should clear out some of this darkness we see so deep inside our loins. Heart, deep in our heart. Distant bells. Ding dong, the witch is dead, the wicked witch, I mean a witch. Ding dong, the wicked witch is dead. At least I hope so, otherwise she's going to kill me for singing this song. Num 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 num. Yay for cold coffee. Explore the shore or chat the fisherman. Report Quaker's Haven. Alright. Wandering Parson? No. No. Explore the shore. Let's do that. Oh, beachcombing. I like beachcombing. And that fish is stupid cute. What are you guys doing? Don't really understand the point of the Spider-Man with the dong, but okay. Imagine being an awkward teenager around all those pretty people in tight suits. Suit up, Avengers! Thanos is on his way! It's go time! This new suit Tony made me is neat, but I'm not sure why I needed it. Nat, can you help me with my corset? Blood flow change detected, initializing camouflage mode. I don't know. Maybe you guys should be more adult. Oh, that's not creepy or anything. You guys are weird. You should stop doing internet. I'm going to do an internet! I'm going to do a book! Oh. Let's see. Take a stroll along the beach. Perhaps the Z has brought you something. Something glinting. A nasty glob of goo. The remnants of a shipwreck! What's washed up here? Ooh. Ooh. Ippy dippy, my spaceship be on a course of true past Neptune and Pluto's man. The one I choose is you. Okay. Boxes of biscuits, darn it. Murgatroyd's fungal crackers, an awful lot of them. One must hope that you enjoy fungal crackers, or have an extremely hungry parrot. Darn it, I should have gone for the shiny thing. The shiny thing might have been Scintillac. I mean, we have Scintillac, but the shiny thing might have been Scintillac, which would have been super awesome! Oh yeah, pages +2, hearts +1. Oh, my pages are currently at 25, so... not that helpful. Maybe we can eat him. I bet he'll be tasty. Toot toot. I see Krabby Patties on the horizon. Can't seem to get a beat on him though. Oh, here he comes. Aha, you missed because you suck. Go faster, 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 kill him! Eat him, he's tasty foods! Nom, 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 nom. He's got 5 boxes of crackers, but that's okay, we'll eat the crab. Crab crackers! Ooh, sounds nummy. Crackers with crab sauce on them. Crab meat, crab pate, crab soup. Crab patties. Not that I've already made that joke. February 12th, 1888. Yeah, you know, considering it's 1888, you figure there'd be more Jack the Ripper about. There's not. Makes me sad. wood. Ah! Scratch your face. Ow! No bite. Come here. You want pets? Oh, cold kitty want worms. Come here. Oh, big sturdy cat. Hello. How you doing there, Fluffy? Just as long as they are not KBCC. Pets for kitty. Wanna say hi to everybody? I'll give you a kitty squish. Kitty squish for days! Alright. Terror is always reduced to 50 when you return to London, if it's higher. However, if the terror was high, you may suffer nightmares later. You have now have 2 menaces, nightmare strength. Oof. Collect your messages from the dock. Something has changed underneath. Usually does. News, please. And we got yet another damn supply. Jesus God. Well, at least we can pay for the rat's favor then. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna go to London. We're gonna pay for the rat's favor and see what happens here. Put your ship in dry dock. Matter of luck. So we, you know, sometimes looking on the docks of London. So we need 3 supplies, which we have more than enough. Go, and we got 61! That's awesome! Employ the Rat as favor engineers. The Rats of fallen London are remarkably skilled engineers, and they know ships well. They are not, however, reliable. Payment is in kind, not currency. Let Rats sweep over your ship like tide, day and night. Their tiny tools click, their crew step over them cautiously. Eventually, the rat tide withdraws. How good a job have they done? 24 hull, new 61. Nice. You've forgotten all the BTTV emotes? Ready to go spoon. Okay, let's take a look at our hold so we're not full. 14 out of 40. 4 scintillac. Coral that glimmers as in moonlit. As if moonlit, excuse me. It makes marvelous jewelry or terribly expensive tea. This guy doesn't want any of that though. He wants zoop and mutter salts of all things. We won't buy any fuel because that'll be what the dark speckled admiral is for. Pass on strategic information. The admiral sits up although he steeples his fingers and pretends calm. Invisible eyes. He's hard to read with those glasses, but he reads the summary intently. Satisfactory, he says at last. Eminently satisfactory, actually. Good work. Take this for your troubles. The clerk will see you paid. 150 echoes! Go me. Let's see. Submit your port reports. Yes! Hunter's Keep. Yes. 5 echoes into fuel. Vendor bites. 10 echoes into fuel. Wither. 20 echoes into fuel. And we'll just do Shepherd's Island for 10 echoes into fuel. Sweet zombie. Oh, Abbey Rock. Oh, Station 3. Jesus, we're loaded. This is my colleague, Mr. Verlaine, of the Ministry of Public Decency. Mr. Verlaine, this good captain's report is here. If you would care to, yes, the fire is already lit. Let us, there we go. Now only ashes remain, and it might have caused such a lot of trouble. Thank you, Captain. We appreciate your discretion. Here is your payment. You need not trouble yourself further with this affair. So they paid me 100 echoes for that. And, yeah, that's nice. Abbey Rock! We categorize it as a military installation, you know, although that has occasioned some quite vigorous debate. 220 echoes for it. The Crimean Canal. 5 echoes. Pigmoat Island. I'm not certain I heard you correctly. Are you quite certain that this report you wish to make? So be it. 10 echoes. Surveyed Pigmoat Island, and we have 1 fuel. And 10 echoes. Codex. Exiled for giving answers. That's Wither for you. Anything new? No, just some fuel. This old Lions have always taken an interest in that place. Yes, they have. Oop, 20 echoes. Quaker's Haven. 5 echoes and a fuel. The Mo Isle. You've been to Nemo's Gate, so I have 20 echoes and a fuel. We're up to 15 fuel. We're loaded with fuel. Woot, woot. 23 more and you can work with the Salt Lions. Never mind, you can do that. Yeah, I have 522 echoes. That is quite a large number of echoes we have there for our explorations. I like that. It makes me feel good inside. Makes me feel kind of tingly in my inner bits. Sexy. London. London. KB can talk. Visit the university. Carousal of stock docks. Hire on more crew. Don't need any more crew. Put your ship in dry dock. Do not. Any recruit. Probably don't need. Haunted doctors. We don't have a doctor. We have a cook, first officer. We have a doctor, do we not? We do. We have the surgeon. We have an engineer. We don't need any of those people. Go away. Anything here? Ah, Scintillac. Here we go. 1 Scintillac, you have 4. Tattooed courier will pay well for a consignment of Scintillac. Her skin is crowded with bright ink. Her smile is cocky. You have 13. Okay. Well, I have 4 Scintillac. Might as well. Boop. A satisfied customer. It makes admirable jewelry, she explains, but exceptional tea. 2 of the market's horse-masked attendants help her wheel the box away. You lost 1 Scintillac. You have gained 105 echoes. New total 627. We are loaded. I hope we don't die in a fire. Speaking of which, how much does Scintillac sell for? 70 echoes. Yeah. Not bad, not bad. We'll buy a food. Because we can! Anyway, I was just having a think, is what I was doing. Yeah. You know, there's no music playing, you get really tired and you start to kind of faint. Pardon my yawn and my stretch. So I was just thinking, we could probably buy something like a new gun if we so wanted. Almost can't even be close to buying a new ship. For a Lampad cruiser, which by the way is crappier than our current ship. Iron bonus minus 10. It's terrible. Terrible ship. Anyway. The Foresight class for 3,000 echoes. 200 hull, 40 capacity, 2,000 weight, 15 quarters, an iron bonus of 5. Has a deck gun, a forward gun, auxiliary gun, bridge, and engine. It's basically the same damn thing you're currently using. Now, the Caligo class merchant cruiser for 7,000 is interesting because you can carry 120 units in the hold. The slowest snot. And then you can do 14,000 or 29,000 echoes. I don't even know why you'd buy something like the Eschatologue class dreadnought. The beast can overwhelm any ship ever built. The Eschatologue was designed to be the exception. The thing is just a nut house. 600 hull, 100 capacity, 5,000 pounds. 40 peoples, 25 iron bonus, mirrors bonus 5, veils bonus minus 25. So you are not invisible. As aft guns.
We are.
Thing is nutsy, but that's okay. So your better bet is actually just upgrade your current boat. Boat of the sea. So we have, let's see, we have 600 echoes. We need at least 200 for the run to what's-its. If we wanted to get a Corwell Hearth Sage Reproach weapon, it does plus 12 and plus 12 damage, which is about 4 more than what we currently have. This is a flincing cannon, which sounds creepy. Yeah, her touch! One of Elenis's more reliable pieces, which isn't saying much, permits flincing attacks. I have no idea what a flincing attack is, but apparently we can be permitted one. Torpedo... 22, not a torpedo, costs 300. Leadbetter and Seiron Scorpion weapon. So like that would be what you'd go for. Although its charge time is 6 seconds, so it's not... I think that's a rear, yeah, it's an aft weapon, so that doesn't even work. So even if I were to buy it, it would not work, so we'll leave that. But what I would like to do, I think, is maybe the Bandersnatch. It's a monster, are you? A powerful weapon that relies on torpedo attacks. No. No. I'm looking for engines. Here you go. Ooh, 500 engines. No. Secure compartment. Double no. I cannot buy this right now because of reasons. So we will not buy that because of reasons. So too expensive. So in that case, we'll buy ourselves this to have 8 foods. And then we were going to go. We're going to sell our Scintillac, I think. We'll keep the Scintillac for now. Just in case we need it. But we're going to buy a crap ton of mushroom wine, I think. I always like to get a better engine before I get better guns. Yes, new great. Sounds like a better idea. But we can't afford it, plus the other thing we want to do. So we're going to buy a crap ton of mushroom wine. We're full of wine. 14 wines we have. It's wine and not wine. We're going to head north. Chug, 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 chug. Alright. I am Captain Ya. But can you do the can? I hope I can. But the crew. Hello, sisters. I've come to reconnoiter your island. That's not a euphemism. Keeping my stuff for myself. Cannot has. Okay, now if we take a look at our map, Heavy Rock is there. So if we do this proper like, okay, we'll be fine. You saw nothing, Batman. Yeah, they're gonna hit us no matter what, so whoop. Sailors are at the rail, call softly. Something swims beneath the ship. I saw it look up at us, one says, his voice tremble. Don't look! Call them away! A shudder in the hole. Whatever's down there, it's better not to know. They'll forget soon enough. I missed, but then so did they, I think. They did not. Ow, dude, I just got that fixed, bro. Jerks. Gather up the corpses. Jerks. Unfortunately, that did not work well for us. You know, well, we're better off than we were still. But damn, I hate bats. The glassy chop of dark water, the iron clatter of feet at the hatchway. A vast eye. You have begun to dream. It knows you. You cannot evade its gaze. A black, unsleeping taste. Again and again you are alone in the wide black sea. The eye is aware. Your nightmare will come upon you from time to time, inspiring terror. Gain restful nights at your lodgings to help you resist it. If you defeat it, you may gain a secret. Alright, there you go. Nice happiness. Ha! Penis! Boop. Alright. Tomb colonies. First, we're going to sell stuff. Sell! Make a little bit of extra money. Not a lot. Just a teeny tiny bit of extra money. We will sell our recent news. For 10. Sell our memories and our visions of the surface, but we'll not do that. We like those things. Those are ours. Those are our things. Explore vendor bite. We'll gather gossip first. Okay, then we'll report. Explore. Picnic. A high-risk challenge. Creepers climb the shattered pyramid. An owl blinks at you from an idol's mouth. In the undergrowth, a cave lizard munches decorously on a white cricket. This place seems peaceful. Rest a while. Wine and sea bread. You and your comrades find stones to perch on and munch lava bread, truffles and herring. Someone passes a bottle of Greyfields, an adequate vintage. White crickets buzz in the weeds. A shiver of wind passes and then the air is still, with that absence of chill that passes for warmth down here. Two sailors compare tattoos. Your head swims pleasantly with the wine. That's all for now. We've lost one supply, we've lost 2 terror, so we're fearful, which is fine. Sold a bunch of stuff, we're not going to worry too much about those guys. So to the north, then! The place of the upwardness. Gansabis. And more bats. 2 sets of bats, actually. Leave me alone, bats. Nobody wants to be your friend. Okay. I do so hate the bats. And the rats. And the cats. Boreal Reach. Oh, jeez. I have a pain in my thumb. It's a very calm day today. Okay, I think it had stopped snowing and it started raining. I said that earlier, but I'm more sure of myself this time, I think. Oops, did not mean to slow down. Wrong button. Power rocks on the shore. Actually, I think there's supposed to be puddles of things, but I'm not entirely certain. So, gather intelligence. Explore the town. Ooh, straightforward challenge. 98% chance. Ooh, 50 echoes. Hell no. Hell no. Hello. Fisherfolk, sailors, and a shady couple of likely pirates. And is that a drowny down by the water's edge? They sit round a fire at the Z's edge, passing around a bottle of something viscously black. They're wagering on riddles. Will you join them? A high-risk challenge. 30%, 15%, 10%, 7%. Okay, why not? A catch shadow. The fisherman grumbles but pays up. You succeeded in a pages challenge. Hey, we got an echo. Go us. That's nice. I mean, you know. We'll get 1 tale of terror! We don't need a tale of terror, we're fine. Good times. Good times to be had by all, whether you like it or not. Fed the crow. See, I always wondered if you could move this slider, but you can't. I don't know why they have a hunger of 50%. Like, you always feed them at 50%. I guess that because that's where you feed them, and then if you don't have any food, it goes up until they go cannibalistic.
We are
But that's just
watching
me.
you.
I don't know. Good times to be had by all. More hosties. Thank you for the hosties. Okay, we still don't have anything to do here, so we will compile a port report, and we will continue and then leave. And we're not going to buy any of your super expensive stuff because you suck. Alright, so we have Dooley's Raid, Shepherd's Isle. So we're going to be heading over to the Salt Lions, so we're actually going to kind of cut across here to explore while heading for the Salt Lions. That's going to be our combo attack. Left and right and up and down and in your grill. I hope, anyway. Ouch. Pardon my stretch, it's a very stretchy day today. Ooh, the castle. Frostfound. I believe Frostfound's gateway's around here somewhere. Spirally. There it is. Down by the stairs, you buffoon! Down by the stairs. Stoddard's Haven. Lilliput! Butt honky! The sluggish wave, the ship pitches. Lily, what are you doing? You want a pet? Pet you. Pet you. Bring your face over here! You're being such a dick. She's like right out of range. Frostbound. Towers and ramps and galleries and stairs of ice raised and spun like an architect's honey dream. No spider ever wove so complex a web. The towers are utterly pristine, untouched by human life, but a pitiable encampment squats by the docks. Take tea with the squatters of the dock, ask the chatters about the castle. Into Frostbound. I don't have mirrors 50. And I don't need... no, I don't have that. Create a report. Bickering amiably. Not all are Memi or Withern. There's the odd researcher, the occasional deranged ice sculptor, now and then a very cold, very sad, rubbery man. But for the most part, an atmosphere of friendly rivalry reigns. Some of them wear the robes of Remy riddlefishers, some look like white Withern folk, but even more ragged. But they do seem a little more practical than either of those people. A surprisingly warm welcome. We're keeping the steps from the game of truths, a helpful little fisher explains, as she fills your cup for the third time. Every year, the people of Arem and Wither meet here for, she pauses, contests, she finished vaguely. The difference between a question and a riddle. One day, someone will prove themselves enough to enter the castle. We spend a pleasant few hours while the tea is supplemented with Aremi liquors, pale, Withern beer, and something the riddle fisher describes blandly as snake cake. They offer you fuel and supplies before you leave. We will keep enough to spare, the riddle fisher grins. From time to time, a captain gets lost and comes up here, and we always feel bad for them. Blasted flying rats. Russian KGB agent interrogating suspicious pigeon, 1946 colorized. Okay. But not all crazy, eh? Not today, anyway. Maybe another time. Alright. So Shepherd's Isle's there, so we can keep heading east. Actually, let's go to Shepherd's Isle first, since it's here, and then we can make decisions as to where to go from there. Because Shepherd's Isle is just like right there. I mean, it's like right there, man. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Ah, the light. Hello, Ken. Welcome, friend. How are you doing today? Let's see. Compile a port report. I still don't want to talk to that guy because he's still too expensive. Plus, he's a navigator. Do I need a navigator? Surgeon, gunnery officer, cook, chief engineer, first officer. Well, I guess he'd be my first officer, huh? Mirrors and veils. Nah. Not right now. Hello, fishy butt. Good. Get behind you. Fire! Sink him! And you now have one cask of mushroom ride. In the flaring light it's Z-dark, but the taste is the darkness of autumn. Mushroom wine. An acquired taste, perhaps, but once you've acquired it, who'd go back to grapes? Nasty little bubbles of goo, grapes. Restless nights. In the watches of the night, you pad softly past the hatch of the crew quarters. A man cries out softly in his sleep. Desperately another. Inquire about their dreams the next morning. I can't ask. Silence at breakfast table. The crew is subdued as they take their meals, but all is quiet in the next watch. Yeah, I don't really have the ability to do that. Navigator equals first officer. Yes, but we're okay with it. I'm not particular, eh? Okay. Go up a bit north. A bit more north, eh? A lot of places have it north. A rock breaks the water like a surfacing Z-beast. No, it's a Z-beast. No, it's a rock. Do I have an Z boot? I have the ability to acquire one, but I have not acquired one this map yet. Okay, I want to head south now. So to answer your question, not yet. But if we go south far enough, we can get one. Just haven't been south very far right now. Hello? Poland stone. Now and then, rocky fragments fall from the roof of the Neath. The decks of the older ships are pocked with scars. The sound is one no landlubber knows, and no sailor will ever forget. This one has smashed the glass of a deck binnacle. "Ill omen," one sailor cries. "The god in the roof storm is angry." I only have 4 health. I can't be tossing stuff overboard. Sorry, bros, can't do it. An absurd superstition. Utters a disapproval. They want you to offer the wine and fish to appease the god, or the gods will be cross. Well, Sodom, you're in charge, and they're not proposing to pay for the wine. Yeah, usually I would, you know, because, the gods are pretty cool, but the problem is that I don't have enough food to be throwing it overboard. Alright, so visit the Unmakers, I think. Yeah, well, first let us compile a report. Hooray! And then we'll visit the Unmakers. Hooray! We lost the 5 terror we just picked up. Pick up. Now we can do this. You now have 20 Sphinx Stone. If the stone weeps, the Unmaker advises you ignore them. Unless they flood your hold, of course. Then you should probably drop them overboard. Don't tell anyone I said that. Such a wonderful group of people. Alright, so we're now the salt line. So we'll head to Station 3 and then to Abbey Rock. And then we'll go wherever. Because I think we are full now, yeah? Yep, we are full now. We had exactly enough, thank God. I didn't check, I should have, but it didn't matter in the end. Gods are not pretty cool, they're pretty mean, which is why you don't want to upset them. Well, yeah. No choice, no choice. It's either starve to death or, appease the gods. I figured starving to death is probably not helpful in the end. Did they move the salt lions out at a game where they were right outside London? The island's outside the first map. So if you see these sections here, these sectionals with these lines, here, here, and it'll be right about here, that line. Each one of these, the islands will shift up and down. Not so much left to right, but they'll shift up and down. So Demo Island could be here, and then Shepherd Island could be up here near Frostfound. Frostfound. Well, not really. I think Frostfound always stays there. But the Edge Islands always stay the same. So, well, no, they do shift left to right, do they? Because Salt Lions are sometimes here. So yeah, it depends on the map. Each map is slightly different. The stuff here is always the same. So Vendor Bite, Fallen London, and the Crimean Canal, and the Iron Republic, and the God Machine or Sun Machine or whatever it is down there. Those are always the same. Same thing with Wither, always the same. But other stuff can be moved around within the top area. The bottom is also static, and the top and right ones shuffle among there, but they're always in the same line. Yeah. So you have ones that move around. So you're never quite sure where anything is exactly at any point in time. And they do that on purpose so that the game has a bit more randomness to it. So you can't just be like, okay, the salt lions are here, let's go get money. You have to actually go and find out where the salt lions are at. Okay, good. Station 3. I knew they sift up and down, but the game, the salt lines were in second immediately outside London. Yeah, so the further away they go, the more rash the changes, right? I believe so, yeah. Because the further out from London it is, the more likely it is to change. Boop. Station 3. Deliver a long box. Try the gate. Search for signs of other visitors. Yeah, you can only do this one once, I think, so... try it. Failed. No evidence. You walk the quays looking for any sign, any little sign that might show what sort of ship's dock here and what they deliver, but you find nothing conclusive, not even so much as a smear of pitch or a damp footprint. If any ship but yours has been tied up here in recent days, it has left no evidence. Darn it. That's why they give you 100 echoes for that the first time you go by, because you can't do it a second time. Okay, we have Abbey Rock up here we can stop by too. I usually don't go out way out far very much. Krabby Patties! Hello, Krabby. Ow! Dude, not even. You will make a good food for my crew, I think. No. Well, so much for all that healing we did. The sea is bright as milk. False stars above are black on a pitchy bed. Something is watching you. Its gaze enfolds your boat. Your boat transparent as glass. Flee the nightmare! Turn the helm and flee across the milk-bright sea. This will reduce nightmare's strength. If it reaches 0, the nightmare will fade entirely. If not... Or sorry, if you have any restful nights, they'll reduce the difficulty. 100% because of my hearts. Boop. Done. And escape. The sea churns in your wake. You pull away from the eye into the shallower waters of the wake. Waking, but a terror clings. We lost one menacing echo. We lost 2 terror. Or gained 2 terror. Something happened with our terror. Do I have the submariner expansion? I do. I do. I just don't have my submarine. I unlocked it on a much older character, and so I can just go down and get it anytime I want, but since I don't, I haven't been down south, I haven't been able to get it just yet. Because going down south is hard. Hello, Abbey Rock. 20 echoes to be precise. We don't have enough. No. Compile report, yes. Did I not sell my recent news? Oh, knock at the door, though you have no recent news. Okay, I was gonna say. You've gained 5 fragments. Hooray! Hurrah! Oh, happy day. Okay, nothing to do here, so let's go, go, go. And I'm gonna kind of clear this out as much as I can. Get this blackness out of here. There you go. Thank you, Candace. I suppose we could do other things, but we don't have enough. Well, we don't have anything really, so I guess our best bet is to go home. So home it is, gentlemen. Because we don't have enough food to not go home. We only have 3 foods. Ugh, we need more foods. Oh, crunchy. Snake plushies. An interesting conundrum. Fifth crew. Lilliput face. You have 15 minutes. I'll feed you in that time. Or later than that time, depending. I'm very tired right now. I'm either extremely relaxed or kind of bored. I don't feel bored though, so I must be extremely relaxed. I'm gonna go with that. What do you think, Lily? Are we extremely relaxed? Because I put coffee in me, and I got some sleep last night. Not a lot, just some. A teeny tiny bit. We're back! We're home! Oh dear, I've gained 2 menaces. That's okay. Collect messages! Ooh, Rose Wolf. What's new? Hey, hey! More Scintillac sales. Done! 105 echoes. Sweet. That's how you do that. Now, we have to go to deliver our Scintillac. Deliver our Sphinx Stone. Game is very relaxing. He said when you go to Untazee, then it's horrifying. Deliver Sphinx Stone. Special constables, black uniforms, distinctive caps, the badge of the Ministry of Public Decency. Wait with a cart. Sign, sign, sign. Here's a receipt. Here's a discretion contract. Here's a penalty contract. Your vision is blurred by the end of it all. The cart rumbles off into the rolling fog. Here's a reward. You've gained 500 echoes. That is a return of 300 echoes. 300 echo return! I have never heard anything echo that much. Ho 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 ha 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 hee 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 hee. What? This will reduce your terror, you might run into trouble. Well, romance. Eh. We don't need any more crew. We should fix our boat though, but we don't have enough food. So let us do you. No, 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 no. Submit the port reports. Hunter's Keep. 1 fuel and money. Vendor Bite. 1 fuel and money. Wither. 120 fuel and, or excuse me, 1 fuel and money. Shepherd's Isle. 1 fuel and money. Happy Rock. 1 fuel and money. Frost Found. Is it as beautiful as they say? I doubt it. Poets are notorious liars. But liars make bad poets. A paradox, isn't it? Never mind. Your report? 30 echoes and a fuel. Codex. More fuel and more echoes. Seems we're getting a lot of fuel. Salt Lions. More monies and fuel. And we're done. Alright. Asked to speak to the dude guy, bro. And I think, yeah. An annual shipment of red honey. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I had a stretch. It keeps getting out of me. 300 echoes, well, you get tons of money from finishing major quest lines. 7,000 to 10,000 or more. I've never finished a major quest line then. I've never actually been able to, because I've never run into like that much money. Did we ever deal with that guy? Or was he on, he wasn't on, no, it's this guy here. Ruby Writing, ready to visit the chess tournament in Port Cecil. Okay, so you have to find Port Cecil. Someone in London requires your service, and that's this guy here. And then we have Almost Safe. You met the father of a Clettery heir, right? Nomadic Gallivant now knows his target's face. Okay. Alright. So, yeah, we have to get this guy to the thing. To the Port Cecil. Yeah, I like Port Cecil. It's a pretty cool place, especially if you're lucky enough to find Scintillac sitting on the shore, but very lucky for that. 216 fragments. Discover monsters and locations to gain fragments. Gain enough fragments and they'll combine into a secret. And I have 7 secrets. And 1 restaurant recommendation. Torpedo components. One of the most striking coincidences of our times, torpedoes are torpedo-shaped. Ammunition for torpedo salvos. Memory of a distant shore and memoirs beginner's luck. You found something valuable. Once per game, something pleasant will happen. Yay! Something pleasant happened. You mean the Iron Republic? It actually has random results. Well, no, there's the Port Cecil where the chess tournament is, where the Scintillac looks like chess pieces, and you go down on the shore, and sometimes you can find raw pieces of Scintillac, but it's extremely difficult. As for the Iron Republic, that place is just cray-cray. Sorry, I keep having to stretch, guys. I don't know what's going on. Oh god, I think I'm dying. Alright, we need food, regardless of anything else. We have way too much fuel, though. Scratch my eyeball. Scratch, 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 scratch. Scratch, scratch, scratch. Alright. I'm saying it out loud like an idiot. Scratch, 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 scratch. So I could. I am not going to buy one of these. I mean, I could, but I'm not going to. Which is a lead better and stain rod Brodiccia. Engine power plus 1500. The Brodiccia, more power, less subtlety. The best lead better and stain rod can supply, although as usual they've skimped on materials. I don't think there's any better engine companies out there right now. And nobody else sells good engine. Yes. Apparently I found a cask of mushroom wine. Oh yeah, I did find a cask of mushroom wine somewhere out there at one point. You can't die, KB. You just need to keep sleeping in the woods. It's so cozy here in the woods. It is, and the snow keeps me warm. We are clay. Of course you are. Alright. So yeah, I could buy an engine, but it goes to 1,000 from 800. I mean, the Illyrian is an outdated model, but it'll get you where you need to go. I'm doubtful of that. Okay, so that's how you can buy these really super awesome ships, is by actually finishing missions, because otherwise I'm like, I don't know what the hell to do. Lost! Lost! Actually, for now, we are kind of lost, so we will hold our position. And we will exit. We're going to exit a little bit early, only about 8 minutes early, but I can't think of anything else to do other than to go back up to the salt lions and get more money. And that whole process going back and forth is rather boring. That's just weird. Just says that must be a bug. I have an itch in my eye. Excuse me. Eat the fuel. Nom, nom. See, that's the funny thing, is you can burn your food, but you can't eat the fuel. Silly goose. Oh well. Thing you do is to go into the dark places and see what is there. Well, yeah, but we've explored all the local dark places. We have to go find the faraway dark places, and we just don't have the time. Plus, I have falling asleep, which is not good. Yeah, I found that I'm very boring. Did you guys know that? I did not realize how boring I am. How can you people not watch me play games? I am dull as dirt. I was watching my spin tire stream from yesterday, and I started to fall asleep, and so I stopped watching it, and I started to play music, and I woke right back up. I'm like, damn, I'm boring. Faraway dark places are the best dark places? One would hope so. One would hope so. As for me, I sleepy tired. Sleepy tired. But that's not why I'm leaving. I'm leaving because I have to go to work. Which is like being sleepy tired, I guess. Silly KB, we don't watch you, we listen to you. Well, I was listening and I still fell asleep. So I don't know. It was weird. Anyway. So, before we go wandering off into the midst of the evening today, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know that if you like what you saw today, please feel free to follow if you haven't followed already. If you have followed and you would like to see more of what I do, you can follow over on YouTube at youtube.com/4kbshort, where you can find over 1,000 Let's Play videos for your viewing pleasure. You can also follow on Twitter and or Facebook for news and updates. And hello, Angry Draken! My apologies, we were just about to wander off. For one, when you stream late, for me, it helps me sleep. And for second, it's something chill to have on a chill day. I guess so. Also called boring! KB is boring! You guys never told me how boring I am so boring. Silly KB, the entire stream was hilarious, especially when you utterly failed to align the short log trailer. I tried, it didn't work. Yeah, I got it eventually. Shush. Shush. Yeah. Where was I? Oh, thank you, Brookla. And yes, we have a Discord server. If you'd like to hang out on our Discord server, same rules apply here as there as apply here, which is, just don't be a douche. We hang out, chat between streams, and other streamers will let you know when they go live as well, so that's helpful. And of course, if you'd like to help support the stream, following is awesome, retweeting is awesome, watching is also awesome. All those numbers count towards, eventual partnership, I guess, which at this point, what the hell does it matter? Honestly, what the hell does it matter? If you'd like to help support other ways, we do, of course, have our Patreon, and we have PayPal for donations. Patreon, of course, being the better one because, you can pledge like $1 a month, which is like subscribing for $1 a month, and it's cheaper for you, and it works for me, and everything's all good. We're actually 55% towards our next goal, which is $280. $280 is how much I'd normally get donating, and so I put that down as a goal because it's the equivalent of something I currently get. As for today's music, of course, thank you, Brewclaw. Today's music is brought to you by New Retro Wave. You can find all the music available for free to listen to over on YouTube or Spotify. If you like any of the songs you heard today, please note the title, song name of the artist can be found scrolling across the bottom of your screen. Hooray! Yeah, I did it a couple of times in reverse for no reason whatsoever and screwed it up again. That's what I do, Spoon. That's what I do. I just make things more complicated than they need to be. Alright, so I am gonna meander. I was looking to see who's playing what, and honestly, it's kind of a dead day today. Is it like a snow day? I mean, honestly, is it like a snow day? Because nobody's online. Does everybody go down to Twitch, or not TwitchCon, that other con? BlizzCon, that's where everybody's is this weekend? But if nothing else, Sergeant Pepper's currently playing Assassin's Creed Origin. Everyone else is kind of playing crap, but if you guys are interested, the Red Panda is currently playing, Red Panda, there. He is currently playing Final Fantasy VII, so, and he's at the City of Wonderment, or basically the casino in game. You guys can check him out there if you want to do it. Everyone else is playing silly stuff that's dumb. There's only like 6 people on my list, 7 people on my list right now, so that's just really weird. Anyway, so I am gonna meander. I don't know what we're gonna stream tomorrow. We may not stream Sunless Sea again. This one kind of tuckered me out. Pardon my yawn. And the closer we get to Saturday, the more tired I become. Oh, damn. So because of that, we might play something a little bit more exciting. What? I have honestly no idea. But we might play something more exciting. We'll figure it out. But for now, we're going to go ahead and meander. I'm going to run my outro and go. So you guys have yourselves a safe and wonderful day. Don't hurt yourself or anybody else. And I hope to see you tomorrow for something dark side, maybe. So I'll see you guys there. Alright, and then I press this button, right? There it is. Found it!